stay. Singing to your bitch like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you hit up in the front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, skrilling in the tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
Yeah, he's fried.
I fucked up my little shawty. Dude, that song is a banger. I'm telling you, rip the pen on your way home, play that song in the car, you're going to think your future.
I got to text my sister. I apologize. What up, though? Welcome to Word of Weights Live on WordSports.com. I'm joined by some more Young Chris.
Hello.
Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button. Be a friend. Tell a friend. Share the stream. We have plenty of things for Nick to crash out about. We're talking some baseball. This
carpet off of fresh mopping.
You should send that, actually.
Should I?
Yeah, absolutely.
We got it, yeah.
We have. I don't know if she watches the show. I hope she
definitely doesn't watch the show.
Yeah, definitely doesn't watch the show.
She doesn't know who the fuck we are.
To be fair. She's learning English as she gets along, though.
That's dangerous for easy.
That is dangerous for me. I've said some wild things. wild things.
Should I? All right, we're doing it.
Yeah, absolutely you should. Yeah. She mopped the carpet today.
Lord knows it needed it.
Smitty started the show ripping the pen, saying I'm fried. She was fucking fried.
I was sitting there, ripped the pen, saw her doing it. Because my pre-show ritual is I get everything set up, I do all my research, I get all the prep set, get all printed, set my whole little setup up, and I chill in the man's chair, kick my feet up, and I read some manhwa. That's what I do before every show. It just gets me, level. And I'm ripping the pen, and she comes out here mopping the carpet, and I didn't know if I was like too deep in the pen. I was like, damn, this is the wrong pen. Did I grab the DMT pen by mistake? But no, she was for sure fresh mop on the carpet. I mean, hey, she'll vacuum normally the little carpet, and I'll sit there and I'll lift my feet up with the little stool in it, and she'll go, we got a little...
She poked in the butthole.
Yeah, she gives me a little... we got a little situation going where, she takes care of business while I'm just chilling there. But yeah, she started mopping the carpet. I mean...
I couldn't... You have the video, Chris?
I am feeling a lot better, Eric McCoy, than I was feeling rough on BDE. But I ate my lunch, nice salad, had a tea, opened up a little bit, started ripping the pen more, feeling better.
I can tell you've been ripping the pen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, this was, so imagine this off like 2 blinkers.
Like, bro. Oh, yeah, you should just let that one loop.
Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah.
That was mind-blowing. A lot of mind-blowing shit, by the way. I don't know if you guys saw, I think we reported it on this show when it was at like 2.2. Then it went to 2.4. If you guys know what I'm talking about, then it went to 2.6. Now it's at 3-something. A meteor's gonna fucking hit the earth.
Yep.
In like 10 years.
That's why we're mopping carpets, man.
That's why we're mopping carpets.
Yeah.
It's something with their hormones.
Yeah.
The women start acting differently. Start mopping carpets and shit. They start malfunctioning and shit.
Like cats when they sense danger.
When there's like a full moon or
like
whatever.
how animals lie down when there's about to be a storm or something.
Yeah, dude. The tide in the ocean changes and shit like that.
Yeah.
When we just start fucking mopping carpets.
It's the magnetic field of the asteroid.
We gotta trade for Myles Garrett. That's my only thing. Like before the earth fucking gets...
We got to get Super Bowl.
Shattered by an android shower.
If there wasn't enough
shower,
pressure on Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell to get this Super Bowl and to get the Detroit Lions a Super Bowl for the first time in team history, now you got to do it before the world ends. Because there's an asteroid coming to get us. Like the dinosaurs, boy. The call finally reached from the asteroid that hit the dinosaur. He's like, yo, these fuckers are giving it to me.
They want that lick back.
Yeah. He called the ops. They're doubling up. We got to get this Super Bowl before the world ends, Brad.
If anybody knows Brad personally, because oddly enough, some things we've said on the show have happened after we speculated that it should, whatever.
Yeah.
Dave Montgomery, Carlton Davis, things like that. Text him every day.
Text him.
The meteor update.
Send him a picture of a meteor.
Every day.
Your favorite meteor.
This thing went from 2.3 to 2.4 to 2.6. Jump into 3.
3. We're over 3. I start to panic when we get over 3.
I'm not a fan. This is crazy to me.
I want to have a kid.
Well, my issue is... What?
Like before the world ends? You know, these talks of meteors are just getting
Spencer.
horny.
I like purple.
Some would say,
Just random shit.
some would say, Spencer, based off the news today, that you're already in the running to be a dad.
Yeah, Spinny is already in the running to be a dad because
Wait, what?
Bonnie Blue,
Yeah.
I like
who
doing
famously
coke
slept
and
with
choking strippers.
1,057 men
I thought you guys were talking about
within
something
24 hours.
else. Like, damn, I haven't even told you yet.
Reportedly, he's pregnant.
Congratulations to all parties.
Yeah, and my first idea, you know, JD put this in the chat this morning. My first thought process was do an episode of Maury and have the whole guest, like the whole audience, be potential fathers. And just get them all out there. And
that?
imagine the banger that would break
It'd
out.
be a banger.
It said, "You are not the father." The last one gets down to the 1,037th guy.
That bitch is turned up.
You are not the father. Mo, like Mo Bamba starts fighting and shit. Bitch. They're all yelling at her. Yeah, shit, bitch.
Fuck, shit. That's another guy saying.
Oh,
Or if you want to make some bread off this for real, because that's a great idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Let it formulate to a reality show. They all got to live together in the same like house for like leading up until like the baby's born.
Yeah.
And then you find out.
Wow. But like,
How can
How
you
would
fit
you-
1,000?
how
That's
would
a
you
We're
village.
like the
people
Bachelor.
we get one
like the
person to know
Bachelorette.
it. Yeah, one person knows it, and oh no. But then
Well, I mean, the day it comes out, you find out. You do the test then.
Everybody
So they're just
knows it
living in the
but
house,
the
they're not, like,
father.
Yeah,
getting
no one knows
eliminated
what
or
the fuck's going
anything?
on. Yeah, I guess you got to wait.
you'd have to do like an elimination thing.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right. They could eliminate one by one.
Survivors.
Like
Island.
let them fall in love with this bitch. Like, yeah, we're about to have a family.
Dude, that's
like she's got
kind
bread.
of evil.
No, everybody knows it besides the father.
Oh man.
And you're
That would be even
And they have
better.
to convince every other person
That they're the
has
father?
to convince the father that they're the father, and if they successfully do it, they win $1 million.
Now we're getting crazy. I wonder how much she made off that video.
Hopefully enough to put that.
And they got some.
I did see
they
that,
got
yeah.
a shot of what the kid would look like.
Good little mix in there.
So yeah, here's the
Little bit of
early
spinny.
ultrasound on the Bonnie Blue's pregnancy after having sex with 1,000 men. So D4 Alvin, Dalvin. On Twitter said, yeah, he's gonna come out looking like that. Shout out to
I wonder if her-
shout out to Kevin Levin.
Is that exciting or like you're stressed out because you have to find out between 1,000
You got
fucking
great
people?
odds.
You got
dude.
great
You're feeling
odds.
good about it.
But also, what if they?
I saw
they,
someone
They
did
should
the-
line it up like, I don't know.
I'll be honest.
You got to make money off this somehow, and it's got to be
Dude,
some kind of
someone's got to do the
mafia.
film study and just break down like who did it.
Yeah.
They got to watch the whole
I'll be-
24-hour stream of her getting railed. 1,000 guys and like, there it is.
There it is. We found it.
That guy slipped up.
I'll be honest with you. Whoever it is has elite top tier shooters.
Yeah.
Elite.
But also, what kind of
'Cause
sick
he
fuckers going
persevered.
at it raw in the?
Yeah.
You know, if it's got to be one of the top 10. You
Well,
know,
'cause it
you
we're
got to
in
think because nobody
something had
after
to
10
break.
is going to be like, oh,
Well, no, actually, I
I'll
think they might
chance
have
it.
all
I'm
been
not
wrong.
going to rap it.
If you're her, why aren't you on birth? I guess birth control is not.
Yeah, it's called
It's
like
like a
an
99.9.
IED.
IED.
Yeah, that's like the dam breaks eventually.
That's very true.
after
With 1,000
after that many, one's probably going to squeak through.
I've
Have
dislodged one. So that's probably what happened. Someone
Yeah.
got
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
dislodged
Yeah.
and somebody else
Probably.
fucking.
Have you heard of
man.
Stiff Socks, the Trevor Wallace podcast? It's like
Yeah.
a comedian.
Shout out Trevor Wallace.
So
I
they've
don't know
had-
where this is going.
He's hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, he is hilarious.
Yeah, great podcast.
going to see
They
him at the
had
Fillmore.
this girl's rival on in the
shit.
OnlyFans industry, and I guess that video got taken down,
wait.
and it's not real.
her
Yeah.
rival.
The 1,000.
Yes,
Yeah, her
she has a
rival.
rival.
She's got a what is this
Yes.
Pokemon? Got to
Oh,
catch
exactly.
them all.
you didn't know that?
Yeah.
Got to catch all the
Dude,
kids.
they were friends,
Yes.
and they would do these
The girl
gangbangs
who
together.
did the 100.
So she
Yes.
stole this idea
she-
for. She's Mark Zuckerberg of fucking dudes. Like she
Yeah.
stole this idea.
She is Mark Zuckerberg of fucking dudes.
Yes.
Fuck book.
No, Spencer. She
Wow.
was the girl. She was
book.
friends
Fuck
with the
book.
girl that originally did the 100. Remember that? That was like a week or
Yeah,
two before.
okay, yeah.
Lily, Lily something. Lily,
Yeah, I don't remember
that's a
her
singer.
name, but
What's
the
her
girl
name?
that
You know
did
it?
100 was friends with
watched
the
the
girl that did
podcast with her?
1,000, and that's what the beef was over. Is that
He's like, my
he came
girl
up with
can't
the idea.
know.
Would you rather see? When I think about the positioning of this, like, is it like a deli line where it's like draw a number?
No, they're all. Did you see the one in when it went down? Somebody's mom came and kicked them out of
No,
the house.
got them out of the
Shout
line.
out, shout
Yeah.
out, mom, for that one.
They were all in the house at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
No
My
way,
question
bro.
is-
what was she just
In a
laying on the
line.
floor?
I think they're
This is
lined
bad.
up.
Probably a bed.
There's no way.
Yeah.
Over 1,000 dudes lined up in one
Well, I'm
house.
sure
at
you
the
have like a
same time.
set time, like where you come up, like, hey, you should show up around like 9.
And this is my thought process. What would your what position would you want?
One.
We'll say but can't have anything after. You got to be 25 or
I think each guy got.
past.
I think each guy got like 5 minutes, and then she had like so she could set the record.
26. You don't want to be last.
I feel like
I'll tell you
after
that.
25, I would want to be last.
Why?
Because then you could be the guy. Like,
You don't wanna
I
be
was
last.
the one.
No, you
she
don't want
probably
last.
was in pain. That's crazy. Actually,
I mean,
Yeah.
but
Take that one
1,000
back.
guys.
You don't want to be like
That's
That was
wild.
after 25,
Maybe she
does
made
it really
sure they all
matter?
had little dicks.
Maybe.
After
So she
25,
so she
and,
could survive that.
and it was all dude. Yeah,
That's crazy.
some of Satan's strongest.
Wait, so they took
soldiers.
that? Whose video got taken down? The 1,000 video one?
Somebody said IUD. IED is an explosive.
Yeah, it is IUD. At first, because I don't have my headphones on, so I thought you said IUD.
It's
And then
IUD.
you said a second time, like, I think he said IED. That is
Yeah,
an
IED
explosive.
is an explosive.
Just shove it up there. That's how you get rid of
That's
the
what got Tony Stark, I
pregnancy,
think.
I guess. Figure something out that way. I don't know. This show's off the rails.
We
It's
were gonna
funny.
use-
We have like a whole
We
list
got
of
like 40
intro
different
topics.
intro
We've
topics.
not hit one.
No,
No, actually, we only hit one.
we only hit one.
Congrats to Mighty Blue.
Shout out Body
Yeah.
Blue.
Somebody comment the other girl's name though too, because she's hotter than me. I think.
I mean, yeah, she didn't get railed by 1,000 dudes.
Yeah, and everyone. Here's my thing too with the
That's-
whole people like gross, gross. You don't know these bitches' numbers for real. These bitches have never given you an honest number.
No.
These bitches have had great times in college.
Oh,
These bitches banged basketball teams. You don't know. You could have easily gone. I'm just saying, you don't know.
And he's
Why
emphasizing it with
people
bitches.
acting like they know their wife's real body?
I mean, I'm
Body
sure
count.
it's not over 1,000. Lily Phillips.
Lily
says,
Phillips.
Our graphics department told us Lily Phillips.
Shout out. That's hilarious. This
What?
guy doesn't want the world to know. There's no shame.
Yeah, somebody ran in the studio and told us it was Lily
Yeah, a
Phillips.
completely random person.
Big fan.
Never seen him before in my life. Great haircut though. I'd say
That
that.
girl's dad has to go to work.
That girl's dad does have to go to work tomorrow.
What dad are you talking
Honestly,
about? There's
the dad-
no way there's
more
a
than likely
father
the dad's
here.
not in the picture.
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm pro ho.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know,
get your money. Do what you got to
good
do.
for her. She
Pro
did
all
some
day.
legendary
She's,
shit.
she's definitely going down in history. It's like Helen Keller, Lily Phillips,
Yeah.
Bonnie Blue, you know.
And
She
to be
actually
honest with you
achieved
too, like
something,
the
though,
Helen Keller,
Spencer.
I didn't even peep. You started off with it. But there's also like hoes out here that aren't famous and making money off it. Just being
Sure.
hoes.
Yeah, just
So like,
out there being hoes for free. And I love them
love it. Pro ho all day.
all day.
The NBA All-Star Game of 2028 is favored to land in Detroit at LCA. How you feeling about that?
I mean, hopefully that shit's not still ass by then.
You
Like,
hope it's fixed.
maybe they change it to something better, like a format change or something like that. That's cool though. It's good that we're getting consideration. It's shout out Cade Cunningham. Shout out JB Bickerstaff.
I'm gonna find. I think JB's the one that sent down. I want to make sure. It's 28, wasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, it was 28.
And
Okay.
you know the world, the sports world at least has seen that Detroit can house something like this. You look at the draft; they're getting a Final Four. You know, we were breaking records for the draft, so they
Yeah,
know.
we deserve it. I think that's what made this happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
More than likely
oh,
was
for
the draft,
sure.
yeah.
What was before there was something else too.
We haven't had anything in a long time.
Was it like some
to be
big
honest with you.
wrestling
There was something
event?
big.
Yeah,
Yeah,
wasn't
but
it
that's not like
WWE?
that's not gonna
No.
draw like an NBA All-Star game.
I thought there was
By the
something
way,
big
the
before
hoes that come in
draft.
town with the All-Star game,
Oh, yeah.
like I hope my girl is not watching, but like I'm curious.
I'm
I
gonna
hear the
I'm gonna be in
stories.
Detroit that weekend
They
for
said the
business.
hoes come in
Hopefully
like a
Zion
fucking,
makes a comeback.
an All-Star?
Yeah,
Yeah.
makes an
Hey, who
All-Star
knows?
team.
He might be on the Pistons.
The hoes migrate to the
2028.
Could
All-Star
be on
game.
the dude. Zion on the Pistons.
Zion is going to be washed by 2028.
Yeah, his knees gonna be fucking
The
done.
lamb chops he'd be
His
putting
knees
down
look like
in
Bonnie Blue's
Detroit.
box, just cooked, flamed, nothing left there. I'm sorry.
That was a wild.
His knees are
No,
done.
this sound dropped the nigga. I
It
don't-
says
Oh.
impact on it. Like it
Yeah,
went with. It,
I don't
it
have
went with
headphones, so I
Zion.
couldn't hear it.
No,
All right, we have way more of this nonsense to get through.
SummerSlam.
We will get to sports. I promise you. We'll spin off of the All-Star game when we get back. How about that? But
we should.
fights.
Eric McCoy, I agree 100%.
What'd he say?
He said we should get the Four Nations with Toronto. Yeah, because this year it's Montreal and Boston. Next year it should be Toronto and Detroit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I
that
mean,
makes sense.
Detroit is going to be on the short list. They're going to the original
sure.
6 cities
They
first.
do it every few years.
So
It's
I
the
think
Four
they're going to be
Nations.
doing it
Every year.
every year now. Yeah, because like the success they had, they're trying to do more.
Dude,
I know that
They might lose a little bit of its.
Look at us stepping up our
pizzazz.
hat.
the Olympics coming up.
Yeah, we got the
new
Olympics in
hats.
LA in
toast.
2028.
Oh yeah.
I think.
Toast their hats.
Toast the hats.
Hat game strong. Way to miss it, Chris. Way to fucking miss it. Camera on
it in
you.
a
By the way,
clip for our
here's your
clip guy.
$300.
Oh
Let me
shit.
make sure. Hold on. You have the.
I think we can read.
All right.
We're on.
It'd be more fun to throw it. Yeah, we are on wheels. All right.
Shout out to Kendrick Lamar.
I didn't
I'm
think
so
the NFL
sick
would
you
allow
will
him
let
to
me
do
get
that.
in on that bet.
It's crazy. The same league that fines people for wearing cancer bands for their mothers, or having certain tattoos, or wearing their socks a certain length, allowed a rap beef to partake on the biggest stage. Whatever, NFL. Thanks, Roger Goodell, for fucking me. You're a fine J-Mo $50,000 for 2 pumps. Garbage. But anyway,
I'm gonna go blow this at the strip club tonight.
if you're one of the 1,000 men that are quite possibly going to be the
for my
father of this
Texas.
child coming soon out of Bonnie Blue, you may need to get your family a home. And the best person to go see is my guy Mark White, because he can save you up to $5,000. $5,000 in closing costs of your new home. You can fit 1,000 guys in and do what you do. It's markwhitesells.com, 248-290-8242. That's 248-290-8242. Or visit markwhitesells.com.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You know, you guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner? Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Attention sports fans, don't miss out on expert sports injury insights with Dr. Jeff Pierce of Michigan Sports and Spine. Join Dr. Pierce every Tuesday during Big D Energy and Thursdays during Ermanni and Edwards. We offer top-notch injury advice. Trust the guy that DMAC trusts, Dr. Jeff Pierce, here to keep you in the game and performing at your best. For more information, visit Michigan Sports at Spine.com or call 248-426-9944.
So I apologize for the intro getting off the rails. We will discuss sports. Yeah, I don't actually. I enjoyed it.
It's fun, man.
That's fucking hilarious.
Detroit, if you guys missed it, is favorite to land the 2028 NBA All-Star Game. And with that, Spinny says hopefully it's fixed by then. I don't know if you guys saw this, but this is NBA Central, not Centel. All right, this guy's got me a few times.
Yeah, Centel's
Not
out
anymore. But they're talking about doing a one-on-one tournament.
That would be dope.
That'd be fucking gas.
That would be way cooler than the three-point contest.
Even if I saw somebody.
I mean, you still got to do the three-point contest, but
Yeah, dunk.
that's way
three-point.
cooler. Take out the skills competition.
Yeah, get the skills competition. Never gave a fuck about it.
Yeah.
Not once in my life did I care about the skills
I
competition.
cared about it once because I bet Kristaps to win it, and he won it.
Nice.
So
I personally never cared about that.
I think I
garbage
won all three
tournament.
that year.
But somebody commented like, well, like the Eagles, these guys, like the elite guys aren't going to do it.
Yeah.
I see Ant Edwards fucking calling people out.
Dog, Anthony Edwards and Kyrie Irving going one-on-one would be cinema.
Literally.
That would be the coolest shit ever. Are you kidding me?
Dude, and if you're not going to do one-on-one, give me 3-on-3. Like, for me, I feel like basketball is rooted in debate and talking shit.
Yeah.
Both when you're playing it, when you're off the court, because there's so much more like imagination. Like, do you get another big? Do you have two bigs? You just have two guards and one big. I'm saying like just, I don't know. I feel like it opens up so many more things, and then the guys that are scared to do the one-on-one because they don't want to get got by Anthony Edwards or Kyrie, do a 3-on-3.
3-on-3 tournament will be way cooler than what they did
this past year.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you get, you lose your first game, you're not out. You just go into a different bracket. Like a double elimination 3-on-3 tournament will be way cooler than what they did this year.
Yeah.
And one-on-ones would be sweet.
Especially with the perimeter players. Like the bigs, it might be a little, depending on who they are, but they're also skilled too. You know, it'd be a great time.
Well, like you said,
maybe have a category.
Imagine have categories for sure. But imagine like the one-on-one tournament consisting of Kyrie Irving, Steph Curry, Ja Morant, Anthony Edwards, Devin Booker. Like that would be so sick.
Cade.
Yeah. I'm here for a 1v1
Asar?
all day.
Put Asar out there in a 1v1 tournament.
Absolutely.
Locking people down.
And that's the thing too is like, again, even if it's the secondary guys, it's not like the big names. We just talked about the other day, Brian Scalabrine.
Oh, he'll give anybody buckets.
Yeah, these are still very good basketball players. Half these guys could go for 40 if they want to be selfish pricks and not want to win the game. Like that's how it goes in the NBA.
Yeah,
everybody's got a move that's unguardable, unstoppable. Give me the 1v1s. I don't care who's in it.
I don't think though it's a long-term solution, but I think it's a good one-off thing to do. I
think it's a long-term
I feel
solution.
I feel like long-term, you just honestly you have to accept it is what it is. The 5-on-5. I really don't see a world in which that's changing because of all of the things that the NBA has evolved into. So
I think that's why it would change because of all the things the NBA's they've proven they're down to do anything pretty much.
I just don't think you're right, but I just don't think the one-on-one will continue to have its luster. I think it will. I think it will for.
I think people would watch ones. Always. I would always watch one-on-ones.
I mean,
NBA guys go one-on-one. That would be hype.
I'll still watch anything basketball, but I don't know. I just don't see. I don't see it having the long-term value. I don't see it. But I think right now,
if the skills contest is still going, then one-on-ones would go just as long as.
Yeah, I don't know why 1v1s would only be a one-time thing. It'd be it's a champion. You got to knock them off every single year.
That would be awesome.
Why would it only be one time?
No, I don't
get the logic in
that. Trying to be different.
Just trying to be different.
No, I just don't see. I just don't really see it staying. I don't see it sticking.
Why? You got to give me a reason.
Trying to be basketball elite.
No, I don't feel. I feel like it would energize the players for the first couple years.
$1 million was a cash prize, by the way, too. Not a
and bragging fucking and a belt. King of the NBA.
Yeah, or a ring even or something.
Yeah.
I just crown. That's it, the crown.
Yeah.
Literally fucking king of the NBA.
Yeah.
Like, you want to be the best player? You think
one-on-one.
All these motherfuckers said, I'm the best player in the game.
Yes.
Bitch, come prove it.
I would kill him
come
in a
see
one-on-one.
me, bitch.
Yeah, dog. That shit would be fired. The players would love that.
See,
I would love that as a fan. I'll watch it every single time.
I love it. I'm not saying I don't love it. I just think that it would become an all-star thing like it has. And after a couple years, it would start to people would start to check out of it.
I don't see the logic. If you're like being rewarded, like only one of you guys can win. It's a 1v1. How would that become?
I get what you're saying.
Hey, I'm gonna let you fucking do this sweet dunk on me and embarrass me.
The history of the NBA shows us that these changes that you make, some are better than others, but they all eventually kind of revert back. Like remember when the NBA All-Star got a little more competitive for a little bit, and then it kind of faded back. So it's just.
I think you're off base. Way off base.
He's gatekeeping, dude.
Nick, is he tripping?
I mean, I think it's tough to keep these players interested
That's
right now in this NBA, but I do think the one-on-one would be the best place to keep them locked in because they have, like, the shit talking would be there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that part of it is true. I did see something on one of Chris's
You can call people out, too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the sport where half the guys think they're the best.
Dog, Luka
and it's not like NFL where it's like I'm the best receiver and you can't prove it on the defensive end. No, basketball, you play both sides.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, you're the best. Come fucking prove it.
And you could, that would be a home run for the NBA if they did that.
I think the 3-on-3 would also be sick, and I think if they say like, no, I'm good on the 3-on-3 or something. This was I got from Bill Simmons. I saw a clip of him saying this. Okay, you're not welcome back. Like, you want to skip out? You're too good for All-Star? okay, you're not invited next year. Like, you're not going to have all-star next to your name. If you don't want to participate, good. You're not going to be back here next year then. If you don't want to, if you want to say no,
because like the fans voted for who they want to see. LeBron was the most voted dude.
Exactly.
In the NBA, everybody wanted to see LeBron. And he just said
if he
no.
gets something going on, I get it. He's like 40 years old.
Still, bro, they didn't even play basketball. You can go out there and stand around.
How about you throw on the uniform? Damn it!
Yeah, people just want to see him throw
That
a
was
couple
selfish. That was the most LeBron thing I've seen.
Yeah, because he could have given him the heads up, or maybe something. I don't know. What was the official?
It was nothing, dude.
We can't say
it was
that.
him
we
being
don't
40
know
years
nothing.
old. For sure.
Yeah, it's him being 40. It was
LeBron's never hurt. He wasn't hurt.
But if he has like something where it could get hurt,
surprise! The 40-year-old defended 40-year-olds.
No.
Surprise.
I was dancing with torn MCL.
Yeah, but you're not LeBron.
Dude.
What did you guys think
of
that idea?
No reason.
About not being allowed back, like not invited back.
I'm here for
it.
You
can do that, but
I don't think they would do that. That's a little too harsh.
Yeah.
And Adam Silver's kind of a pushover, to be honest with you, as a commissioner. But I'm not mad at. Like, I wouldn't be mad at that.
I feel like it's one of those things, like next to your name when you have
Exactly.
14-time All-Star that they give a shit about.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
When you retire, like 12-time All-Star.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's actually something that could do it.
I like that. There was an NBA 1v1 in 1972. No way.
That was probably
Who won?
fire. Bob
And why
Cousy?
didn't Maz tell us about it?
Yeah. Well, Maz
he literally just sent us 1973 All-Star highlights.
Yeah,
today.
who was it? Rick Barry?
Walt Frazier
Rick
was his
Barry.
boy.
He was
the entire East team was New York Knicks and Celtics.
Yeah.
3 white guys.
3 white guys. I think
like,
Bob Cousy. No, he was like.
It was like I don't know, Debouchier.
Dave DeBuscher.
Huh?
Dave DeBuscher.
It was like a.
Sounds like a rapper from Griselda.
That's
Dave DeBuscher.
Dave DeBuscher, Benny the Butcher. Yeah, no.
Speaking of trash talk, real quick before we go to break, LeVar Ball had to get his right foot amputated due to medical issues or reasons.
Any speculation on what it was?
Just took.
Damn.
Yeah.
It already happened?
Legit. Got his right foot amputated. My speculation, those shoes were trash. Those big baller brand babies were no bueno.
Damn.
For the bunions.
Well, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, no, that does suck.
I'm a LeVar fan.
I love LeVar Ball.
Great father.
He did my intro for when I first started podcast.
Yeah, it's easy, baby.
It's easy, baby.
Yeah.
Do we have a drop? I gotta resend
Yeah, it's
that.
in there. It should be in there.
Probably gotta look. It's like one of the first ones. You're good. I was just wondering. Bob Lanier beat Joe White for that one-on-one championship in 1972.
Doesn't sound real.
I'm gonna have to YouTube that one.
JoJo White?
Yeah.
Never heard of him. I know who Bob Lanier is.
MPW Muse says diabetes ? Diabetes.
Larry is the GOAT white boy for sure.
A tour with the most Tour comment. It's called karma. You're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you are a piece of shit.
What type of karma would warrant that? What do you?
He's a fantastic
Like, you know
father.
the guy? Like, did he fuck your wife? Like, what? A tour. You're
karma for getting all 3 of his kids, turning them into
Successful.
multimillionaires and extremely successful humans. That's his karma.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's just a ridiculously hateful comment.
Speaking of people who owe money for bets, Elgato, what we doing?
Does
I
he
need
owe
that-
stick
I need
too?
that
I
fitty.
think he owes stick too.
Me?
Elgato.
Oh, is he really?
Somebody owes stick.
For what?
Stick. The Lions win total.
Yeah, Elgato said they want to win 10 plus games. 15 of them things. Just saying. We gotta go to break. Come back. We'll talk some more sports.
My guess too. Diabetes said Chuck Brewer. MPWMU said diabetes. Yeah,
I'm assuming diabetes.
yeah. Obviously, we don't know
My
anything.
aunt had her foot cut off from diabetes.
Yeah,
Really?
that's normally like if you just suddenly have to have your foot amputated.
Yeah.
More than
The
likely,
doctor's just checking his sheet, like, yeah, looks like you got karma.
yeah,
You know?
more than likely it is diabetes.
Fucking
Unless
pieces.
something. I mean, you never know. Something could happen, but that sucks. Hopefully he's okay. Like I said, this is a LeVar friendly show.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You LeVar guy?
I got nothing wrong with LeVar, but what does the diabetes have to do with your feet,
It's blood
doctor
sugar. So with blood
spending?
sugar, I don't know.
You got a lot of doctors in your family.
I do have a lot of doctors in my family.
Yeah.
Don't know how it correlates at all. I just know
Maybe blood flow?
if you
I
fuck
don't
up
know.
with your diabeutes, you have to amputate a foot most of the time. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just know that is what
Fingers,
happens.
foot.
Something
I'll
with
look it
blood
up.
flow, maybe? I don't know.
But before then, tell us about that merch, Chris.
Tell you about that merch.
Merch.
Head on over to woodwardsports.com. Click that shot that day. Get some brand new merch. All teams, all season. Hoodies, tees, hats, all that at woodwardsports.com. Click that shop tab there. Get some fly new merch.
Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit feldmanauto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Terry in the Woodward Sports chat says, Terry, put it reverse, Terry. Says, do we count Jokic and Luka as white boys? Because I definitely don't, and me and my buddy have this convo all the time.
They're spicy whites.
They're spicy whites, but in the terms of white versus black basketball game, yeah, we absolutely count them as white.
We can't just cripple the whites.
Yeah, we already are at a huge disadvantage. We need all the help from our brothers across the pond as we can.
Sandra Dorton in the Woodward Sports chat says,
Deep Throat.
Shout out. James, Heavies, Rich Baldwin, Effects of Blood Vessels. You guys are all absolutely right. We'll get back to some of these nonsense stuff. I do have this question, though.
I want to do a whole show like this.
Quinn Hughes not joining Team USA?
No. He did not pass his physical, so he's not going to Boston.
How do you not pass? Is it like a drug test?
Injury. He's injured.
So now what? Because this game's tomorrow.
Yep. You're out Quinn Hughes, and you're out Charlie McAvoy.
What, Tom Wilson?
I mean, they're going to bring up a couple other guys just for insurance purposes. Quinn Hughes wouldn't have been able to play unless somebody else got hurt. Quinn Hughes is healthy. Somebody probably in the locker room gets a cough and they can't play for the game. So then Quinn Hughes would be able to play. But he did not clear his physical to play for Team USA.
That's crazy. That's the second time now in the last month an athlete hasn't cleared a physical. Mark Williams before.
Yeah, it's true.
I know they drug test during those physicals sometimes too. At least NFL.
Quinn Hughes definitely looks like he smokes a lot of weed.
I bet all hockey players smoke weed. You know how much pain they're probably in, like 24/7.
I mean, they probably don't test for weed.
Yeah, I don't think they do.
I know the NBA does it.
Weed's legal.
The NFL doesn't anymore. Weed's been legal. Is weed legal in Canada?
I don't know.
Yes.
Check out the back wall.
Charge
cannabis.
I think about that all the time. Like the shit that I used to have to go through to get a fucking 8-ball or 8er. to get an 8er.
$1 million.
And now you can just walk into a store and buy as much weed as you want. But you had like 2-3 guys that you call. Oh, my boy Rick doesn't have any pot. Oh, and then it'd be like, let me get a 20 bag. You remember buying 20 bags?
Dog, I remember buying ounces for $300.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Kids and then I would sell and still profit because
these young stoners today have no idea.
Out in Chesterfield, you can sell a gram for like $20.
8-ball is much easier to get. Still get it all the time.
I would not fuck with that nowadays. Too much shit. That was so funny.
I haven't in a while.
Just slip up there. Oh, I didn't say you did.
No, I'm just saying.
Just said
I couldn't if I wanted to right now.
Yeah.
Well, it would just fall out. Wait, my fucking wait, how congested I am?
All right. I think that's it for the non-stuff. MSU big win last night. Shout out to those guys.
Big win for MSU. Yeah, fuck Purdue.
Killian Hayes 10-day contract with the Nets.
You know he was averaging 21 in the G League, 21-8.
That's what we're saying, dude. Like you could be the worst guy in the NBA, but you're still a dog.
A dog. Versus like Killian Hayes would absolutely body anybody in your local rec.
It's crazy. It is wild. Shout out to Community, congrats to him. I guess Bojan got cut from the same team.
Yeah.
They're tanking.
Injury.
Bojan might be done.
They literally said this shit's working for the Pistons.
Bojan might be done forever.
Why? What happened?
He's gonna have foot surgery, and like with how old he is,
for the second time,
he just might retire.
Ooh.
Similar to LeVar.
So, I don't think it's a diabetes situation.
I don't want to say it, but maybe.
He hasn't played since the playoffs last year. He had a foot surgery when he got injured in the playoffs, and then now he's having season-ending injury now.
Well, thanks for helping us get Tim Hardaway Jr. because of what was his name? The shooting guard we got that we traded.
Quentin Grimes.
Quentin Grimes.
Yeah.
So shout out Bojan.
Shout out Bojan. Quentin Grimes got traded again. He got traded from the Mavs. He's on the Sixers now.
How old am I? Eric Moore in the Woodward Sports Chat. Tom Wilson went to Cass Tech with my dad.
I don't think it's the same Tom Wilson.
Okay. Talking about Tom Wilson from hockey.
Yeah, Tom Wilson's been in the NHL
Beat
for
him
a
up,
long
Tom
time.
Wilson.
There's probably a million.
Well,
Tom
I guess
Wilsons.
if it's his dad.
He's only like 30 years old.
But no, I don't think it's the same Tom. That Tom Wilson is not from Michigan.
I know a Tom Wilson that's not an athlete.
Everybody went to school there because I remember Sean knew his family as well. Yeah, look that up. Couple mock draft for you guys. Dave Burkett released his first mock draft. He had a 1 through 32 first rounder.
Wilson was born in Toronto, Ontario.
But did he go to Cass Tech?
No, probably not.
I think he may have. I'll ask Sean the relation.
Well, Sean probably knows him because he was born in Ontario.
Well, no, because Sean's 50. Tom Wilson's 30.
Tom Wilson, NHL. Was it high school?
Talk out loud. I got to text back. We might have Scott Bischoff on the show today, too, breaking down some prospects.
Plymouth High School.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, yeah, there you go. He didn't go to Cass Tech, though.
There is...
I don't think...
he
Cass Tech
have a
have a hockey
briefly.
team?
Who knows? No, yeah, he wouldn't have gone to Cass Tech. Because they don't even have a hockey program.
No.
I mean, it may, but I don't think it's a good one. A lot of people migrate to here for hockey.
I wish my school
Patrick
had a
Kane
hockey team.
Played for Beltire here.
Yeah, we
had.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A kid went to my high school.
Oh,
played
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A kid went to my high school, played
damn.
AAA.
Oh, yeah.
Used to host hella parties.
What'd you say?
Yeah.
Kid went to my high school to play AAA, around here.
Yeah.
Used to host hella parties.
Greenwood College.
The boss
School?
of my
What
company
the
is
fuck? Dude, Canada
played
is
in the
so
minor
weird.
leagues for the NHL.
Yeah, it is weird. They call everything university as well.
For a while.
My
So
bad, Chris.
shout
What were you
out.
saying?
Shout out your boss.
Shout out your boss.
Yeah, he played in the minor leagues of the NHL for several years.
Oh, that's dope.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Hell yeah.
The more you know.
Let's come back. Let's go to break real quick. Come back. We'll hit the Dave Burkett mock draft.
Oh, wait. The Plymouth Whalers are a minor ice hockey team in Ontario Hockey League. But, they're okay. Okay, yeah. So he played in Plymouth, which is Michigan in Plymouth, but it's in the OHL, in the Ontario Hockey League.
Okay.
But they were relocated to Flint, Michigan.
So did he go to Plymouth High School?
I don't know. This is...
All right, let's back away from this one.
Easy.
I'm looking through a lot of
about to
information.
explode.
I'm trying to dissect a lot
You're
of
in too
information.
deep,
right now.
You're in too deep, fam.
He played for the Plymouth Whalers.
Your face is
Jesus.
getting red.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who the fuck? No, easy. I know we got this mock coming up, but I do want to ask Spencer real quick because I know we hit on it really shortly. MSU, big win against Purdue. How do you think these matchups go against the Michigan Wolverines?
I mean, I think both home teams win. To go into Chrysler with how Michigan's playing right now and to beat them would be a tall order. And Michigan would have to play a bad game. To beat them at home, they would have to beat themselves. They would have to turn the ball over a lot, and they would have to miss threes. Now, our defense was very good against Purdue. Very good, especially Trey Holloman and Jaden Akins when it came to defending Purdue's guards. So if we could turn over Michigan's guards a lot, maybe there's something there. But I don't know. I think they split. I think both home teams win.
I agree with that. I'm excited though.
Yeah. Oh no, it should be great games. Two great teams. Two best teams in the Big Ten.
Hell yeah.
I think Florida's going to win everything though.
By the way, I forgot who commented earlier in the show, but they asked if we saw the podcast with the Amon-Ra St. Brown brothers and them low-key recruiting Darius Slay back to Detroit. We have that on the prep sheet as well.
Yeah, we'll want to do that next.
Yeah, I'm not
We
doing
still
that
got
next.
like 10 different intro topics.
We have so many different. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff going on. We'll come back and do that one. How about that? 'Cause
Yeah.
that one was asked about earlier.
We'll come back. We got the video of Darius Slay and the St. Brown brothers. But first,
But
let me tell you about Lady Jane's. Lady Jane's haircuts for men. Walk-ins always welcome. Walk in, sit down, get a award-winning haircut, a hot leatherneck shave, a scalp massage, a hot towel treatment from one of our lovely, talented stylists. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk-ins are always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
It's bear hunting season, and Dan Campbell is hungry for some kneecaps.
If you can just get a hold of them and you start dragging their ass out to the deep, dark abyss, you can drown them.
The Kings of the North are back for another year of the brand new Lions. Make sure you're locked in to Detroit's #1 sports network for all the news and info on your Detroit Lions.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Home of the judgment-free zone where anyone, and we mean anyone, can get a full-body workout in 30 minutes of the 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training. You get all that for just $15 a month. $15. Or upgrade the Black Card, get use of amenities like hydro massage, total body enhancement, and access to over 2,500 locations worldwide. Join in club or online at PlanetFitness.com. Planet Fitness, where your fitness is essential.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever Waits Live on Sports.com. I'm joined by Smo Reaction, Chris, Nicholas Koloff. Smash that like button, be a friend, tell a friend, and share the stream. We'll be joined by draft scout, draft analyst Scott Bischoff at 6 o'clock, talking about something what the Detroit Lions need to do and their draft situation this year. Very interesting. I hate drafting this late. Go trade for Myles Garrett. God damn.
It's in that room.
But as promised, we're going to talk about a cornerback being recruited to the Detroit Lions by Amon-Ra St. Brown, and that is Darius Slay. Here's a clip from the St. Brown Brothers podcast.
This is your last year with the Eagles. How many more years you got left on your deal?
I got one more left, but you know what I'm saying? You know how that works. You know what I'm saying?
One of them, yeah.
Yeah, so whatever they want to do, you know, I might re-sign back, hopefully. You know, if I ain't, then we'll see what we're doing, because I do want to play one more year for sure, though.
One more year? Okay.
Yeah, one more year for sure.
You like Detroit, you said, huh?
Oh, I love Detroit. I got nothing but love. That's my second home. You know what I'm saying? That's my second home. I do a lot for the city still, and to this day. A lot of guys that's from Detroit that's in the league was all kind of like hang with me when they was little high school kids. That's what's the crazy part. A couple of my teammates, Monte Maddox, he trained with me when he was in high school. Sauce Gardner, boy you don't like Jordan Will Lewis. Donovan Peoples-Jones, he was with me.
Okay, yeah.
So a lot of the guys, man, that I was in Detroit with, I was coming up. I used to have like little, hey, just meet me at this field. A lot of guys show up, and a lot of them guys are dumb, and they was come out there and work out with me. So I got a lot of love. Then I went to all the high school games, all the high school basketball games. You know, I seen what's the little kid name? That's at Cleveland. That boy can hoop. I don't know how he's playing.
What position?
Monty Bates.
Oh yeah.
I used to watch him in high school go crazy. Like I was go about. Man, I ain't never seen them kids sell out the gym like.
How much time
like he LeBron. Boy, I swear to God, he said the whole. The whole college stadium, they'd be sold out. Just to see. Yeah, he was nice though. So I did a lot for the city, and that's why I got a lot of love though.
So shit, it sounds like you don't mind coming back.
I knew he was gonna try to recruit you. I knew.
I mean, this is what it sounded like. The nigga love the city. Like he did so much for it. Like nigga, last year, you already won the Super Bowl. Nigga, just come back. You already won it, man.
Oh man, I love. But you know what I'm saying? If it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. But for sure, the two spots I would love to always be at is either Philly or Eagle. I mean Philly or Eagle. So no, the main two. The main ones I'd love to be at though.
Damn, man. I love Darius Slay, dude.
I love Darius Slay. He's a great guy, man.
I got a great picture of Darius Slay that I had hung up in my office, and I brought it to school with me. It's him I think it was against the Cowboys or something. He's like, I'm one knee like this after he got a pass breakup.
No.
Yeah, dude. I would love to bring Darius Slay back.
Darius Slay, genuinely a great human being.
Yes, very good dude.
The fact that he's still giving back to the community of Detroit is phenomenal. Obviously loves the city of Detroit. I've had conversations with him about it. He loves the food here. He's a big foodie. And he says Detroit, one of the best food cities he's been to. But he says, two places he wants to play is Philly and Detroit. For a guy born in Georgia, warm state, and want to be either here or Philly, that's sick. And to be honest with you, if we don't re-sign Carlton Davis,
he's got 1 year left on his deal. They said,
maybe
they buy him out. Maybe they cut him. I think that's what he was alluding to when he was like, I got 1 year left. You know how that goes.
We talk about it all the time. People are bitching about you can't afford Myles Garrett and Aiden Hutchinson and Yaze Blase and this and that. Salary cap going up, by the way.
The cap going up, yeah.
Yeah, the cap hit on these guys, the biggest numbers are typically the last 2 years of the deal. And that's when they become cut candidates. So that's why you see every single offseason, come training camp time, there's guys that don't belong in the free agent market but do because teams just can't afford to pay what they are at that point. Cooper Kupp is going to be a result of that too.
Yeah.
$20 million this year. But is he worth $20 million?
Nope.
No, not anymore.
Hell no.
So he's more than likely going to be free agent. It would be my first preference, but if we don't re-sign Carlton Davis, you need to do something.
I would love that. I mean, that's if you don't re-sign Carlton Davis and you could have the opportunity to get Darius Slay, you do that. This is a guy who's got Super Bowl experience. Obviously, he's a Super Bowl champion now. He's the old head. He loves the city. He would be a great mentor for Terry and Arnold and Ennis Rakestraw. Yeah, dude. And listen to how he talks about the city. How can you not want a guy like that back on your team? Like, obviously, you're not going to sign him to a 6-year, $100 million contract or anything crazy like that, but you'd get him at a respectable number for who he is now in his career, and he's still a very good cornerback in the league. He's not what he used to be, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Father time.
But that's where I was going to say. My only request is we be realistic with the expectations.
Oh, for sure.
We're getting a 34-year-old Darius Slay, not the guy that left here.
If you're signing Darius Slay, you're signing him to be cornerback 2.
Yes.
In my eyes. And this guy is not, cornerback star Darius Slay that everybody remembers right now. He just simply isn't. He's lost a step right now. He would be great for this team and this locker room, but you cannot expect cornerback 1 Darius Slay. And if that is what Brad does this offseason, if he does get let go from Philly for that contract, I'll be a little bit upset if he's bringing him in to be cornerback 1. I think Carlton is that guy right now.
It's like it's like The Wire. Like from Omar to Michael, you keep the cycle going. How Rasheed Mathis was brought in to mentor Darius Slay into being that cornerback 1, and he says that he points to that as a big factor in his career that helped him. Bringing in a veteran cornerback to mentor him, bringing Darius Slay as that veteran cornerback to mentor Terran Arnold into it. Have him repeat the process, pay it forward.
I'm here for it.
That would, I would be all for that.
He's a guy that's all about that too.
Yeah, for sure. Like you just talked about.
He's got the C in his chest for a reason over there in Philly. There's so much like star caliber talent. But yeah, the Detroit Lions. Here, in my personal opinion on this one too, if we don't bring in or bring back Carlton Davis,
you need to do something,
or sign Tre'Davious Ward, that is a failure as an offseason. Like, we are in a Super Bowl window. We are contending for, we have the opportunity to win that Super Bowl. If you're not bringing in one of those guys, because I love Terry Young, and we could talk about him later in the show too. He's not ready or at that point to be CB1, just in my eyes.
Last year, Darius Slay.
It wasn't great. And keep in mind, too, we're probably going to be playing a lot of man as well. Where he's a lot more zone coverage over there with Vic Fangio.
In 14 starts, 41 completions allowed on 75 attempts, 54%, 465 yards, 2 touchdowns. So not bad at all. Not bad at all. That's a very good season. He didn't have an interception, but completion percentage-wise, yards allowed, touchdowns allowed, that's a good season.
I mean, again, too, when you have the safety tandem that you have, you don't necessarily need a playmaking guy. You just need a guy that can cover his man, that can force the ball in the air, which will let the safeties make the play. I mean, you have Kirby and Brian that were absolutely fantastic in interceptions. You've seen this defense be successful even without a high volume of interception from their cornerbacks.
I agree with DNC-ENT on this. If you lose the Myles Garrett sweepstakes and Myles Garrett goes somewhere else, like Denzel Yeah, I'm from around the way. I'm leaving here with something. You get Denzel Ward from the Browns. Because Denzel Ward said he's leaving and Myles Garrett's leaving. If you miss out on Myles Garrett, you better go get Denzel Ward. Because that dude's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
We just take over the Cleveland Browns.
I mean, trade for both of them. No, like I'm saying, if Myles Garrett goes somewhere else and it's not the Lions, and that means Denzel Ward's leaving too, you better go get you some Denzel Ward.
Straight up though, again love Darius Slay. Friend drunk texted him that one night.
Hey, he did. Left you on red.
We can't be in a situation where Darius Slay is our savior. Like we're left empty-handed.
No,
we're left holding the bag. It would be an absolute catastrophe, absolute failure, in my opinion. Obviously, there's Ennis Rakestraw. We don't know where he's going to be at in the NFL. And then obviously, Terrion could make that jump. That's who your new defensive coordinator, Calvin Shepard, pointed to when asked who can make that biggest jump in year 2. But I just personally feel like you need a Carlton Davis or Javarius Ward. Yeah. And I'm starting to lean towards Davis might be out. Yeah. We talked about a little bit with cheaper? Pete. I don't think that'd be cheaper, but I think
now you don't really need to worry about price.
Here's the situation with Carlton Davis. This is his 3rd contract. He's trying to get paid. He's about to be out the league.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's not chasing the Super Bowl ring.
You could get Javarius Ward. You might be able to get Javarius Ward on like a prove-it deal.
I don't know. You get him
like a 1 year, 2 year kind of deal.
I don't know. He's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, I know. But remember, you said whoever Jimmy getting a dog, maybe he wants to prove it and then go get a big contract.
One thing is Carlton Davis, and we talked about this too. Like he's already got the ring.
Yes,
he's probably looking for the bread at this point.
He's looking for the bread. I agree. Captain Joe King in the Woodward Sports Chat says, huge fan of the show. Already a sub. Is Genty really all that? People comparing him to Marshawn Lynch. Is he a better prospect than Bijan?
No, not a better prospect than Bijan. But he is
pretty close.
He's really good. I think he's good.
I would say running back prospect-wise, it's like Saquon, Bijan, Genty. Like they're pretty close, but neither of them were Saquon. I like Genty though. I think he'll go somewhere. He'll be a immediate like top 10 running back in the league.
Nick,
I'm just looking at the numbers here. Our 2,740 total yards and 30 touchdowns is absolutely insane.
I wonder,
in his junior year,
he was on pace to break Perry's record.
I think if you put this guy on Texas, I think you have some of those conversations. But because he went to Boise State, maybe he's looked at a little differently, just because he's not playing that the SEC talent right now. So God, that's tough. I don't know though.
I guess I have to see the combine stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yeah, is he going to be sub 4.4? Like, probably not.
I mean, I think he'll be good, but he's got to be in a good situation, too. If you're taking him high. Like, the Cowboys take him, that's not – I still think he's good, but it's not a great sign for him. Because they don't have the other piece around him to operate where he's going to be, I guess, efficient.
I think he's going to be in a good situation because he'll go, like, late teens. I think he's going to go late teens, and that'll be at least decent team,
Where are the Cowboys at?
I think 11.
That's why I've been seeing him go.
That.
If Jerry does that, he should be like horse tied and removed from.
I don't hate it.
I mean, but
get the other piece around
for everything you need to draft a running back in the first round would be.
But they need a running back.
They're at 12.
The Dak's been his best with that running back. He's kind of like
they need an offensive line too. All their offensive linemen are retiring.
Yeah,
they need a wide receiver.
A lot of people are saying too this is a good running back class as well.
Yeah,
I know defensive end, defensive tackle, and tight end. Just from what I've been able to look at so far, it's healthy in that way. Or maybe that's a lack thereof, though, with the quarterbacks.
Genty will be like, I think Genty will be like 15 to 20.
I could see it happening. I'm trying to get our boy Scott hooked up here with the VMix so he could join us so we can talk about this draft. Maybe go over a couple of these mock drafts that have been coming out as well. Yeah, I mean, I think Genty would be good. How do we end up on Genty? From quarterbacks to Genty?
Our guy, Captain Joe King asked about.
Shout out. No, I think he'll be good. I don't know if he's definitely not on Bijan level as in terms of the prospect goes.
I think he's not that far off though.
DNC ENT top 10 is wild, and I'm a Genty slap.
Yeah,
it depends on like what situation your team is in. I don't think he goes top 10.
Well, let's go to break, and we'll come back and we'll see if we can get this VMix working. If not, we got plenty of Lions topics. But first, let me tell you, about Les Stanford Chevrolet. It's the Les Stanford Sign and Drive sale. Get a 2024 Envision for only $239 a month, or a 2025 GMC Sierra Crew Cab for $249 per month. Don't forget that the 2025 Hummer EV SUV for only $789 per month. 0 security deposit, 0 due signing, 0 first payment, 0 acquisition fee. Get to Les Stanford today and check out their massive inventory at the Sign and Drive sale. Les Stanford Buick GMC, LesStanford.com.
Is that an octopus in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? See what I did there? Go Red Wings! From Octopi Experts Woodward Sports.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at LesStanford.com today.
Big injuries, big news. Twice a week, Dr. Jeff Pierce from Michigan Sports and Spine joins Woodward Sports Network for the Injury Insider Report. Big D Energy Tuesdays at noon, and Ermanni and Edwards with Maz Thursdays at 3:30. Get expert analysis and in-depth breakdowns on the latest sports injuries from the man trusted by top athletes in the community, like D-Mac. Whether it's the Lions, Pistons, Tigers, or Red Wings, Dr. Pierce talks us through it all. Don't miss the Injury Insider Report with Dr. Jeff Pierce, your go-to source for understanding the impact of injuries on the games and players we love. Only on Woodward Sports Network. Scan the QR code on the screen or go to MichiganSportsandSpine.com to see if Dr. Jeff Pierce can help you. A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Soroki's! Crispy Chicken and Pizza is where it's at, guys. Make sure you visit Sorokis.com to find one near you. You got to try the honey buttered biscuits. They're the absolute best thing. I don't know if I'm allowed to say this word, but they're orgasmic. They're that good.
I think you could say it. The Sorokis guys are pretty cool.
All right. The honey buttered biscuits at Sorokis, absolutely got to try. Plus, there's 7 different signature flavors of wings, and you got to try the pizza. Sorokis.com. Visit one near you.
Dude, those are really good wings. Like,
they are
really good wings.
What's your favorite?
The spicy garlic. Those bitches hit, dude.
Honestly, the only type of wing I don't like, to be honest with you, I'm not a big hot sauce guy. It's just this is no taste to me.
Like just hot sauce?
Yeah, just hot. Yeah,
I like buffalo wings a lot. Buffalo wings are elite.
Guy. I'd rather have like barbecue or something like that. But we're not going to talk about chicken wings right now. We're going to talk about some football with our boy Scott Bischoff. What up, man?
Our guy, the legend.
What's happened, fellas?
How you been?
Living the dream. How about you guys?
Doing well, man. This 4 Nations is holding me over until the rest of the sports get going again.
It's been interesting. It's definitely been really good for hockey for sure.
Yeah, they gotta do this.
Spencer, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing good. How are you? You like the mustache?
It's really
you think it
good
works?
to see you.
Thanks. It's good to see you too.
He's alive.
Easy, what's happening?
Chilling, man. Get ready to jump in this draft.
I'm just busting his balls. Spencer, it's really good to see you.
Thank you. It's great to see you too, Sean. Scott, sorry.
Wow.
Wow.
All right, I want to ask you this off rip because we kind of talked about this before you hopped on here. Carlton Davis is a free agent right now. Detroit Lions, Terrion Arnold, and Dennis Rakestraw, if they are unable to re-sign Carlton Davis or bring in Javarius Ward, is Terrion ready to take on CB1 in your eyes, especially if you're contending for a Super Bowl?
It's a good question. I don't know that there's a real good answer for it. We'll find out. Let's hope we don't find out. I hope that the market for Carlton Davis is a little softer than we all think, and maybe they get him back. It'd be an important signing to get him back. But, to your question, I don't know. My guess is they would try to bring in a guy like Darius Slay, maybe, or another older veteran to kind of push what you're saying a year. I don't know if that makes sense, but push the Terrion Arnold discussion around, is he ready for cornerback 1 duty until the 2026-27 season when he will be, that would be the plan. But Carlton Davis played at a very high level for them. I would think he would be a priority for them.
Yeah, I think it's a must. Like that on my pit.
And what do you think about Ennis Rakestraw? Like, obviously he was a borderline first-round pick coming out last year. Is pretty much his whole rookie year was void due to injury. Do you think he'd be able to step in? If you're not going to go with 2 second-year cornerbacks when you're trying to win a Super Bowl, are you?
It's such an interesting position because 2 years ago everybody thought Sauce Gardner was like a lock for the Hall of Fame after year one, and that Derek Stingley was a bust, right?
Yeah.
And flip it 1 year, and suddenly Sauce is just a jag. He's just a guy, and Stingley's like the dude. So, it's that position is really volatile. I think that if we were to look back at Rakestraw, he had a core muscle injury problem at the combine, and he couldn't run. And I hope I'm not making this up. That would be really bad, but I don't think I am. He couldn't run. So I think that the core muscle injury definitely lingered. And, the hamstring thing was a problem all year. My guess is those things were probably somewhat related. The tissue injuries are a problem. He's a good player. He was a strong prospect. He was not quite the prospect that Terrion Arnold was, but he's a very talented guy. Who knows? We'll see. Obviously they hammered that position in the draft last year.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like to double dip. I think they're going to do the same thing again this year. But Arnold is Rakestraw's talented. He can play. I think that some of this is, where do you play him kind of thing.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, maybe he's your slot corner. And with Arnold and Davis outside, I think that's really nice. But then, what are you doing with Emick Robertson? They have a lot of talent. So I think that last year was an example of a year where you needed as much talent as you could find with all the injuries. It would have been nice to have him on the field last year.
I guess forget about Meek sometimes.
Yeah, and Scott, so if I'm gathering what you're saying correctly, is that next year Quinyon Mitchell is going to be a Jag and Terrion Arnold is going to be an All-Pro.
It just would not surprise me a bit if Quinyon Mitchell's awesome, but it wouldn't surprise me if he had, a year in which you would say, well, he took a little step back, and Arnold took a step forward. That shouldn't surprise anyone. It's just kind of the nature of that position. It's tough.
Yeah,
that's very true. Arnold can only go forward. I
for
can't
sure.
take a step back.
People are talking crazy about Terrion Arnold.
I thought he did though. During the season, I thought that he was very grabby, which is the college way of playing, where you be real physical during routes, and he got flagged for all that stuff, but he did clean that stuff up.
Yes.
I love the way he moves. It's just there's little subtle things for him to grow into.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. We talked about it last year. We did a video on it. He's still in phase.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
all the time.
It's turning the head around. It's yeah. And I think that's an easy fix. Like get adjusted to the league. And I believe more than half his penalties came within the first 4 weeks.
Yeah.
The rest.
Yeah,
of them
he got
were just,
a lot early,
yeah.
and then it seemed like they sort of backed off calling some of that stuff. And I think some of it is he adjusted his play. Again, very young player. Easy, you mentioned it. He's constantly in the right position with his body. I do not think it's super simple to get that fixed as far as because a lot of times when you turn your head to find the ball, you stop your feet. That's problematic. It is a unique skill that some guys are just really good at doing. I would tell you also that if you put Quinyon Mitchell in a situation where he's playing press man coverage all the time, instead of the way Philly deployed him, he probably has a little different kind of season than what you saw, that he did have. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm not saying that Philly made it easy for him because he was awesome this year and he's a great player.
Yeah.
But, I think the way his game, the way they played him was perfect for – it was just a little easier, I think, than what Arnold was asked to do.
Yeah, man coverage is tough to play, and It's not really a scheme where you're going to see a corner get a lot of interceptions too. I know a lot of people like to judge the cornerbacks off of that. Sometimes interceptions are luck. Mm-hmm. We had
Oruwariye.
Yeah, Speedy's boys Oruwariye.
Yeah.
He had 6 receptions that year, but it was like right time, right place a lot of these times.
Yeah.
Turnovers are just that way in the NFL sometimes, man. It's just like sometimes you get your hand on the ball, Aiden Hutchinson's intercepting it, you know?
Yeah. Agreed.
Aiden Hutchinson, great prospect. Brad Holmes drafted. Obviously, Terry Arnold, the guy Brad Holmes drafted. Who do you expect, or what do you want Brad Holmes to do this year's draft class?
Well, to me, the edge position it's critical that they walk away from this draft using picks in some way, shape, or form to solidify and bolster this position, right? And it doesn't really matter. I'm just a guy, but if you're going to use those picks to go get Myles Garrett, nobody's going to complain, right? You got to pay him, and that's going to be problematic for other players. But, I mentioned double dipping earlier. I would, in a perfect world, to me, you could double dip in round 1 and round 2 with players who are going to rush the passer. But the problem is that when you break down and you kind of look at this class, it's a really deep class of good players, right? But the player or the group of players that you might be choosing from at 28 doesn't feel so great when you eliminate the players that you think will be gone. So like Abdul Carter will be gone, and Michael Williams will be gone. Jalen Carter will be gone. Not that he'd be a prospect for the Lions anyway, but you're left with a group of players that, and I'm not forecasting anything, but this is what I think is going to happen on draft night or going into it. We're going to feel like, oh, I'd love that if you could trade out and get him like 6 picks later and get a little something else. Does that make sense? Like a player like Jared Ivey.
Yeah.
If you take him at 28, it's cool. He's an interesting player. There's a lot to like about his game, but it feels like at 28, it's almost like, you think
he'd be there in the second round?
Yeah, like early in round 2, you would love it if you could do that. But that's the problem with picking at 28, and we're not used to doing that. But so I think what's going to happen is that people are going to. We're all yelling right now about the edge position, how you want them to take edge players and all this stuff.
Yeah,
I would love it if they did it twice. If they took one at 28, whoever it ends up being, and then do it again in round 2. There's a couple players I think stand out as round 2 options. It would require them kind of getting outside the box out of their own, let's say, prototypes that they prefer. I know they want a big power edge, which is where the Jared Ivey stuff comes in.
Yeah.
And you can see him fitting there. And there's specific things that he does where I think he'll be much more productive as an NFL player as opposed to the way Ole Miss uses him and deploys him. His first step is very calculated and measured. I don't want to say passive because that's the wrong word, but he's not super explosive in attacking the way they utilize him. But he is such a smart football player. I could see them really, really liking him. And if that's who they pick at 28, I think it's great. But you need more help. You need more pass rush chops, right? So there's 2 guys who I would think fit the role of not situational pass rusher, but guys who could help you. And that's Josiah Stewart from Michigan. He kind of would take over the Derek Barnes role, where Barnes was the Sam linebacker. I think Josiah Stewart is an upgraded version of Derek Brown in just about every way. Significantly better pass rusher. Like, he is an elite pass rusher. But also, he can drop, pardon the phone, he can drop off into coverage. He can do lots of stuff. His versatility is king. The other one is Donovan Iziraku from Boston College. And again, they'd have to get outside their prototype, the mold they prefer, because he's 6'2", is a little over 6'2". He's 250 pounds in that range. But he's got really long arms. He might be the best pure pass rusher outside of Abdul Carter in this draft. Like he's got moves for days. He's got great hands. He's got power. He's got all that stuff. He's not a player that I'd want to drop off the line of scrimmage though. So you'd have to make him a pass rusher all the time. And then, are the Lions going to be cool with a guy being just 6'2", doing that? I think they should. He's got really long arms and he uses them great. So that'd be, again, it's pre-combine. So, but that'd be one way to do it.
And you talk about that filling that Derek Barnes role, a guy like Josiah Stewart, a guy that it has been mocked to the Lions before at 28. I don't know if he makes it that far, but Jihad Campbell, I think, would be a perfect person to fill that Derek Barnes role. Do you think he would be there for the Detroit Lions at 28 if they waited for him?
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. It's just do the Lions want to fill particularly that role in round 1? I would say no. But I think there's a reason why they signed Marcus Davenport last year, because he's big and he plays with power, all that stuff. To me, that's the prototype. That's kind of what you're looking for in the round 1 range. But if they're gone, they're gone, and it's going to just it matters on what's available. I think Campbell could be there, but I don't know that they're gonna address the Sam position in round 1. And if they do, I think a player like Josiah Stewart maybe is more what they would be looking for. But yeah, I mean, in round 2, a trade up. To be honest, I don't think Stewart will be there at pick 60, and I don't think Izaraku will be there at pick 60. So both would require some sort of trade up. And the other thing that we haven't talked about, which is, do you trade up for a player like Shamar Stewart?
Yes.
You get aggressive and just go do that. And to me, I would. He is. We have to ignore the production on some of these guys, the college production. But with him, you're looking at a player like a Calais Campbell kind of player. He's a defensive line altering prospect. He would be worth whatever you needed to get to give up to get, say, to pick 10 or 12 range to grab him, because he and Aiden Hutchinson for years would be a pretty
Disgusting.
Lights out tandem.
Yeah,
he fits exactly the like to the big body guys. Him and I believe it's Michael Williams.
That's what I like.
Like those two guys are there's such question marks to me, because I know a lot of people are tripping off the production with Shamar Stewart, but if you go watch the tape, he was there for sacks. He's just missing by shoestrings a lot of these times, or driving him into Nick Scorton. But the other guy too, Michael Williams, I saw him all the way down to 28 with us. Like, what's up? Why is there such a big gap with a lot of these guys? I guess figuring out what he is, I guess, as a prospect. I don't understand.
I don't know. I really don't know. I know that there's some off the field with James Pierce. There's some off the field with Mike Green. I don't know that.
Ooh.
I don't know that the Lions are gonna totally buy into those guys. But as far, Michael Williams is a really talented player. I don't know that he's kind of a tweener, right? I don't think he's as big as what they prefer.
He's got some long
arms. And I'm not sure, I'm not saying they wouldn't take him at 28, because obviously they'd take him at 28, but I don't think he's going to be there. He's a very talented player.
Yeah.
I'm with that one. The one little one I was going to get to is we know we want edge, obviously, as fans of the team. That's a glaring need, because you don't really have the answer to that right now. Sure, it's Darius Smith, but we want for the future, for years to come. But Brad goes BPA. Would you be surprised at all if it's offensive lineman or even defensive tackle? Are those deeper positions, I guess, in that first round in terms of getting the best guy?
I'd be surprised if he goes O-line, because that's investing a lot of that. You'd have 4 first-round picks there, right? That's a lot. But if a player that they covet, that they think is if there's a player there that they think changes things for them in the future, as far as being able to play guard and then kick out to play tackle if there's an emergency or whatever. There's the Giovanni Manu thing that's still here. So I think there's a less of a priority for that, but still, yeah, I could see maybe O-line being I could see that being a thing, but I think D tackle is much more in the wheelhouse of what they'd be doing, because I'm not sure if Aleem McNeil's ready in week 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So, again, it's a really deep draft for D-line prospects. I would be looking at a player like Toledo's Darius Alexander as a pretty nice player at 28. Derek Harmon from Oregon has a unique body, very explosive, powerful, all that stuff. Again, don't know if he fits exactly what they're looking for, but I think he'll be available, and in that range, he'd be a fine player. The thing is if McNeil's going to be on PUP, and I know we got a long way to go before any of these questions are answered, but if McNeil's not available, you do need another 3-tech type tackle, and you need one even if he is available. You need bodies and you need talent.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
Hey, Scott, thinking about one of those guys, Nick, here in the sound booth. One of them played for Michigan. His name's Kenneth Grant. Do you think a guy like this could possibly fall to 28? And what do you think about Kenneth Grant and his NFL potential, especially on this Detroit Lions team?
So DJ Reader's not going to be here forever, and Grant would be a natural nose or one technique. I think Grant's going to get the Jordan Davis treatment when it comes to the combine, because he's going to run something silly. And he's going to, he has similar stats, and I would say a little better production as a college player than Jordan Davis had at Georgia. And we all remember what happened when he ran his 40, and everybody lost their minds. Grant's going to do the same thing. So do I think he'll be available? Probably not, but he would be a future, that'd be a building block for the future kind of pick. Knowing that DJ Reader is an aging player who is not going to be here forever. Yeah, that's one of those things where they would probably tell you if that happens that they maybe had a top 10 kind of grade on him, and they just couldn't pass it at 28. And it does make sense.
Kind of like a Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox type of situation.
Just a guy who's huge and is not necessarily going to be moved off the ball, but is also disruptive enough to create pressure from between the center and in the A gaps. And those guys are really hard to find. They're really hard to find. And you can look around and see like Dexter Lawrence and Derek Brown are guys who wreck things because they're able to do a variety of things at a high level. And Grant can do similar things.
I agree. Scott, I apologize, man. I know I asked you for 10 minutes. We're well over that. You want to keep going, or you want me to let you go?
I'm good with whatever. If you need to take a break and shut me up, that's good.
No, we can
come back.
We keep going.
Whatever
I just want to make sure. All right.
We were asked earlier in the chat about Ashton Genty and what he grades out. Where do you put him when you look at running back prospects compared to like a Bijan Robinson as a prospect coming out of college?
He forces a ton of missed tackles. He is a home run hitter type. It's tough to compare him to Bijan because Bijan did it at Texas.
Yeah.
And Janty did it at Boise. But I would think that he's maybe a little more elusive Bijan. If that's a good, I don't know if that makes sense. He's got all
less
the top
power
end stuff. He's got plenty of power. He runs through tackles all the time. I mean, it's one of the most important things that running backs can do at this point is with contact balance and forcing guys to miss. He just does it at a higher level, I think, than anybody I can remember. I don't think we should knock him necessarily for doing it at Boise because he did some really good things when they played big schools too. He's as dynamic a running back as there's been in a while. I would expect him to come in and kind of have a Bijan kind of career in the NFL where he's a bell cow type and he can do everything. He's so dynamic. He's fast. He's quick. He's explosive. He's all that stuff. And then he's really hard to tackle. I can't wait to watch him play in the NFL.
Going back to the BPA conversation, what do you think of the strengths of this draft class position-wise? Like, I guess what are the top 3 position groups in this draft class?
Well, we just talked about running back. Running backs, there's going to be a ton of running backs drafted. I think D-line, maybe more D-tackle than edge, but on the D-line, I think there's a lot of good interior offensive linemen. You can find a bunch of those guys late. I like the tight end class. I like some of the safeties in this class. There's a safety, his name is Andrew Makuba from Texas, who I think, I can't, this dude is like, he is such an incredible football player. It's like he knows where the ball's going before the snap happens, right? And he's just that guy. His instincts to find the ball. He's got great athleticism. Whoever drafts that guy is going to be very happy. He is a phenomenal player. So there's some good safeties, but I think the strength is running back, defensive line, and probably interior offensive line.
What about a guy like Jack Sawyer? That obviously he holds a lot of hate out of the local fans here, but he is that same kind of group as like a Jared Ivey, to where maybe a second rounder, maybe they can sneak into the first round if a team really likes them, but he's getting a lot of early second round grades. What do you think about him and his potential?
Yeah, I think he's kind of maxed out as a prospect, and he's a great college football player. But he's one of those guys to me who what he is right now is what he's going to be.
Yeah.
Where I look at a player like Jared Ivey, and I think there's a lot more. I'm trying to think of something cute to say, but I'll screw it up, so I'm not going to do that. There's a lot more there with Ivey where I think you can get a lot more out of him as a pro than what he looks like as a college player. But I think with Sawyer, he's tapped out, and I don't think he gets bigger. I don't think he gets stronger. He kind of bullies tackles and tight ends, at the end of the line of scrimmage, and just sort of wins that way. It's not going to work so easily in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I don't know that he's got the ability to expand upon his frame, right, and get a lot bigger, stronger, and you don't really see him win with quickness and all that kind of stuff. So, to me, he's not necessarily a player. I wouldn't take him before pick 60, right? But I could also understand if they do it at pick 60, because you're going to get a guy who's going to come in and do some things at a reasonable floor for you right now. But it's just, there's not a lot of ceiling there, I guess.
I was watching Ivy versus Georgia last night.
I like Ivy a lot.
I think this guy come in right away and do something for you. I would have been mad if that was at 28.
He's a Brad Holmes type of guy, like with his size and his ability to move either interior or outside.
Yeah, he's a huge dude. It's just, everybody's going to point to production and say, where was the production? This stuff, and it's like, yeah, I understand it. It's pick 28, right? So
exactly. That's exactly where I'm at with it too. You had another question, Smitty?
No.
I guess. Well, you know what? No, I'm gonna save the rest of it because you and I are doing a video tomorrow. Now, we're breaking down some edge rushers too over there on LNU. So I'm gonna save it. You want to tease some of the names we're gonna be talking about?
I think I've pretty much said them all.
Yeah,
we're all right.
Deal. We'll be doing that tomorrow. Make sure you guys keep a lookout for that video. And Scott, man, I appreciate you joining us. What do you think? What's your prediction for tomorrow? Team USA versus Canada.
I don't know. I don't have great vibes about it, but I didn't the first time either. So I hope it's a good game. It's going to be a great game. The atmosphere around it is just going to be ridiculous.
What?
To me, Charlie McAvoy made the play of the game.
Yeah. After
McDavid scored, and missing him is huge. It's a huge loss. I think some of their down the roster players are going to have to step up, like Dylan Larkin did last Saturday. We'll see.
I think so too. It sucks that he's out. It sucks that Quinn Hughes can't join the team too.
That's weird.
Yeah,
they need Austin Matthews to do something. Like, I know Austin Matthews likes to choke in the biggest games, but he needs to do something. He's the best player in America.
It is amazing how all that talent that they have, both sides. Like Canada has tons of talent too, and it's just a few guys doing damage. Like Jack Hughes is an incredible hockey player, and he's been kind of quiet to this point. But this is why this tournament has been so cool, because all these guys are just awesome.
Yeah.
So and that's why it's so fun to watch, because this is truly best on best stuff, and it's been spectacular to watch. I've always been a huge hockey guy, so this is awesome.
That's why I sneaked that one in there, because I know.
Appreciate that, buddy.
Yeah, we're gonna be watching that.
Where am I gonna watch it?
At home.
In front of my TV, buddy.
If you want, we're gonna be at RJ's tomorrow. Pull up. Have a beer.
RJ's where?
In Rochester.
Rochester?
Yeah.
Dude, that's less than 2 minutes from my house.
Oh yeah, dude, come on, pull up.
Yeah, let me see. I'm not sure if we'll see. What time are you guys going to be there?
I'm not sure when it's.
We end at 7. They start at 8, so we'll probably be at 7:30.
Yeah.
7:40.
I'll text with you guys tomorrow. Well, we're going to talk tomorrow, but yeah, maybe you'll see me before the game tomorrow.
Awesome. Thanks
guys.
For
stopping by
the
show, man. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it. See ya.
Appreciate you.
See you tomorrow, brother.
Just
plethora of knowledge.
This guy's the man.
A conveyor belt of football gooning.
Just the knowledge he has, the amount of work that guys like him and Russ put in with these prospects, man. It's
sickos.
It's insane. It's insane.
I was watching Ivy versus Georgia last night, though. I would be mad at pick 28. I'm really trying to figure out what the hell's going on with the Michael Williams stuff, because I've seen him top 10, then I've seen him all the way back at 28.
Yeah.
That was kind of earlier in the mock draft stage, though. I think it was Jeremiah that had him falling to us, or either Stewart. But I've seen Stewart at pick 27 and Jeremiah's latest mock draft to the Ravens. But I've also seen him go top 10. I think he's a top 10 talent. Maybe get Jeremiah on the show. We'll see. But we got to head to break. We'll be right back talking more Detroit Lions, more Pistons. Oh, no, actually, no Pistons. Tigers. Spring training game tomorrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into all that stuff. But first, let me tell you about the Rail Jam for Jars Cannabis, ladies and gentlemen. It's February 22nd. It's this Saturday. $8,000 in cash prizes. I don't know if they're filled up for competitors, but they may not. Visit jarscannabis.com/ what does it say?
Jars Rail Jam.
Jars Rail Jam for your opportunity to win that $8,000 in cash prizes. Free entry. And if you purchase anything from Jars, you get free food as well.
Jars.
The Rail Jam.
No one gives away more cash and prizes than Woodward Sports. You don't believe us? Here's our latest $10,000 winner.
You guys posted, hey, if you guess all this stuff right, we'll give it's $10,000. I'm like, okay, well, why the hell not?
And the winning doesn't stop there. How about our Outkick Your Coverage winner?
I think you won. We got Tully, everybody. This guy's got a hot girl.
Bigger prizes, bigger giveaways, cash, merch, tickets, and more. All from the biggest sports network in Detroit. No one does it bigger and better than Woodward Sports. Make sure you're following, liking, subscribing on Instagram, Facebook, X, and YouTube for your chances to share in the winning. From Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports.
How do people feel about getting a Planet Fitness membership for $15 a month? How do they like working out in a clean and spacious gym that's filled with equipment for every workout? And how about free fitness training in the judgment-free zone that leaves them feeling energized all day long? Join Planet Fitness today with the free PF app, online or in club, and start getting that big fitness energy for $15 a month.
Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer, is kicking off the game with the best prices on all cars, trucks, and SUVs, like this 2024 Silverado for just $296 a month, or this 2025 Equinox for as low as $371 a month. Our locations in Novi, Highland, New Hudson, Livonia, and Lansing means we have the perfect Chevy right in your backyard. Get the home team advantage every day at Feldman Chevrolet, Michigan's #1 Chevy dealer.
Congratulations to the real coach of the year, Motor City Dan Campbell.
Just put your head down and go to work. It's about to be fun, man. It's about to be fun.
Woodward Sports.
Since 1996, Feldman Automotive has been driven to provide a fast, convenient, first-class car buying experience called the Feldman Advantage. With 18 locations, there's a Feldman dealership in your backyard. Visit FeldmanAuto.com to find the location nearest you. And catch Woodward Sports Network live from Feldman Chevrolet of Novi every other Monday. Feldman Chevrolet, Detroit's #1 Chevy dealer.
Full State Farms. Yeah, Jared Ivey will be there at 50 if you want to go and get Pascal 2.0. Couldn't disagree. I want to say more.
No, I think it's...
But I don't think he'll be there at 50.
Oh, be there at 50?
Yeah.
He's talking shit about him, I think.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he's Pascal 2.0 either. I think he's a lot more of an explosive athlete. I could see where... I mean, I didn't even look at his stats, to be honest with you. I just watched the game.
Yeah.
Watched him line up against Georgia offensive linemen and dominate, specifically in the run game. And I know that's probably where you want to point towards Pascal, but I think he's even more dominant tape than Pascal. Like, again, Georgia, this is a place that the best of the best.
He was in Kentucky. It's SEC still.
Again, I'm talking about the tape in itself, though.
Yeah.
Grabbing these kids, holding them like children with one arm, waiting for the running back to come to your hole or come to your gap or where you're at. And no, I don't think the Pascal tape
I want it.
Bad at all.
I think he's got more upside than Pascal for sure.
You know what I'll do for fun? I'll watch Pascal tonight over in Kentucky.
Okay.
I watched Jared Verse last night too. What?
I would love Jared Verse.
Yeah, that's a little too late. I watched Jared Verse because I was saying Shamar Stewart could be a baby version. But Verse is so much more versed. I hate that sounds like corny to say because of the last name there, but like
he's so good.
He had a lot more moves.
He lives
was
up to the name
the whole time.
Huh? Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, I ripped a couple blinkers before the show. I might not have noticed.
I grabbed my charger during the during that thing. All right, let's go around the diamond.
Around the diamond?
Talk some Tigs, no?
Rip our viewers. Yeah, around the diamond, first question.
Well, we can wait. I mean, whatever you want to do.
I mean, no, that's fine. Lorenzo out there getting hits against Jack Flaherty, the guy that was traded for him. Like, Flaherty to the Dodgers got you Lorenzo and Trey Sweeney. Is this a guy that we could be seeing sooner rather than later for the Tigers?
Sooner. I mean, the only thing that sucks is I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's not a first baseman, no?
Catcher, first baseman.
Yeah, too young to be the catcher.
He's not good at catching. He's going to play a lot of DH.
He won't be a day-to-dayer, but he'll play some games this year. I'm ready for it. If he's going up against Flaherty, hitting singles off of him. I mean, I guess it is only a single, but
it's just one at bat. Yeah, I don't want to look too much into it.
But he's tore it up though this past offseason. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean,
we need hitters.
He's got insane power. Like, absolutely ridiculous next level power. He's a switch hitter, so you like that. I don't know. I don't think we're going to see him this year, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I think you'll see him.
Nick,
you're probably right.
I mean, this guy, since he got traded over here in that Flaherty deal with the Dodgers, I don't think the Dodgers would have ever gave up on this guy if they didn't have Will Smith on their roster and another top 30 ranked catching prospect. That's why they were willing to give up on Lorenzo. Yeah. This guy's going to be an absolute stud. Since he got moved in that trade, he's been mashing with the Tigers organization, not just in the minor leagues, but also in the Arizona Fall League.
Yeah.
2 different leagues where he's straight up mashed. He goes to spring training, gets one off of the wall on Jack Flaherty. I'm going to look into it. It's overreaction season. I think having a switch hitting catcher that can hit top 6, possibly top 5 in your lineup is so valuable to have, because catching is a dead spot for a lot of other teams. I don't think you see him this year, but I think he starts in 2026 as the Detroit Tigers catcher.
As the catcher?
As the catcher. He has a 60 grade arm. He's working with Rodgers on all the other stuff. I like that they brought him to camp.
He needs to get better at blocking balls and stuff behind the plate for sure.
Yeah.
He gets crossed up a little bit still. But, yeah, they're not going to see him this year, but this kid's got pop in his bat, dude. Like, a lot of pop in his bat. So it's always good to have, if you have a catcher that can hit anything, that is a plus. It's got to be a good catcher, though. You don't want to put, like, could you see, like, a Gary Sanchez situation where he's not a good catcher at all, but he can hit, so you got to put him out there.
So I'm saying DH or first base?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
He has the potential. He's 22.
He's still way too raw. Next year, you might see him.
What did you say, Nick?
Not this year.
He's 22. He has the potential to stick at catcher. That's why they brought him up to be in Tigers camp right now.
Yeah.
It's to learn the catching side of things.
Like you see him this summer. I don't think it's crazy.
He had over 1,000 OPS,
which
is insane when he got moved over here in the minors.
Oh, yeah. All right, next up, there was a trade that set the Detroit sports world on fire that Woodward Sports posted, and that was for Vladimir Guerrero Jr. It was McGonigal, Colt Keith, Hao Lee, and Benton. I can't remember who the last guy was they threw in there, but those were the three biggest prospects. Obviously, Colt Keith, and then you got McGonigal, who is one of your top 100 prospects, and Hao Lee, who's also one of your top 100 prospects. This trade was not received well, and I understand where it's coming from because obviously if it was trading for Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who had 5 years left in his deal, and you're getting one of the best hitters in the MLB, this would be a no-brainer and you would do it. But he is a free agent, and he is asking for upwards of $400 million. They're not going to sign Vladimir Guerrero Jr. to $400 million. So trading for him would be, you get 1 year out of him, and that's way, way too much to give up for a rental. Would I love Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on this team? Absolutely. This guy's a multiple-time All-Star. He's a Gold Glove winner. He's a multiple-time Silver Slugger. He has a season with an OPS over 1,000. Last year he had over 100 RBIs. He had 30 home runs. He hit over 320. Like, this guy is one of the best hitters in the MLB. And he's going to get paid as such after this season. And the Tigers are not going to give him a $500 million contract. So, no. I understand why people were upset.
Yeah, there's nothing more to be said. That's it. They're not going to pay him.
Yeah, they're not paying. Yeah,
they were willing to give up $170 million on a 31-year-old third baseman.
That's a lot different than $450 million.
I think it takes around 400. Maybe it might be 450, but
that's what he's asking.
I don't think we should let the fucking Illiches off the hook once again. They didn't get the deal done with Bregman, and I think if this is a serious possibility, you're legitimately looking at the next Miguel Cabrera type hitter. That is what Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is.
Yes.
If you can put that, pencil it in for the next 10 years in your lineup, 25 to 35, I'm doing it 100%. And yes, Colt Keith, hella potential. Hao Lee, McGonigal, great potential. I love those guys.
Yeah.
If you can get Vladimir Guerrero Jr. with the deal done, I'm doing it in a heartbeat. You have so much young talent in the system where if you can get a proven guy that's a future Hall of Famer, you do it in a second.
There is no way in God's green earth Chris Illich would give up $1 billion to two players. This would not happen. He is not going to sign Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for that much money. And so, no, you shouldn't trade for him at that point. Like Nick, I'm 100% with Nick. If you're going to sign him, if the contract's included, yeah, for sure. I would love Vladdy on this team for the next fucking 10 years. But, no, it's not going to happen. Speaking of which, that goes into the next one. I'm already penciled in. They're not paying Skubal. The Tigers are not going to extend Skubal. You see what Scott Boras got Alex Bregman. He got him $40 million a year. What do you think he's going to give a potential back-to-back Cy Young winning left-hander that goes over 100 miles an hour? Terry Skubal is going to get close to $50 million a year. The Tigers aren't going to fork out that kind of money. It's going to be Scherzer 2.0. They're going to offer him $150 million. He's going to go sign $250 somewhere else.
That's a tough one, man. I just don't. You got to trade him then.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna re-sign him,
100%.
Trade him. I did hear what you had to say earlier about just them kind of just farming these kids out of the Dominican Republic, or
try to be the Rays.
I don't hate that, but I don't know, dude. I just don't want to sit there and wait for your fucking.
That's what's gonna happen, man. They're not gonna be the Yankees. They're not gonna be the Dodgers and have a $400 million payroll. I talked about it on BDE. This is how teams like the Tigers. This is how teams like the Reds. This is how teams like these other guys get a superstar player. Is you hit on these international scoutings. The first thing, I follow the Tigers international scouting account on Twitter. I follow, obviously, Minor League Report with Rogelio. Those guys, shout out to them. The first thing that happened when Scott Harris got this job, it was like 7 tweets in a row from the Tigers international scouting. Signed 16-year-old Cuban, 15-year-old Venezuelan, 16-year-old, 17, all these guys, because you got to pray to God that one of those guys works out, and you get an Ellie De La Cruz, you get a Juan Soto.
This is not fun for fans.
That's what happens, though. It's not going to be fun. You got to hope you get and Ozzy Albies. You got to hope you get an Acuna, a Tatis, and you can sign them at 18 to a $100 million contract for 10 years and strike gold on them. That's what the Tigers are going to be banking on, and they're not going to pay at that point. Then you pay your pitching. Once you have the Tatis, then you pay pitching. But they're not going to pay Skubal $50 million a year before that, and it sucks. I love Terry Skubal. I want him to be a Tiger for life.
50.
He's going to get close to $50 million a year. Justin Verlander was making $40 million a year last year, and he was left off playoff rosters.
Didn't Scott say he'd pay money, though? They're going to spend money once...
He said they will spend money once they're willing to win, and that's what it means to me. Once they find their superstar out of these guys, then they'll spend some money.
Tariq Skubal's a superstar.
He's not a superstar.
Riley
You pay
Green's an
to
all-star.
build your team around. They need a superstar bat that they can lock down for 10 years, and hopefully that's what Chris Rodriguez is going to be. I wouldn't hold my breath that Chris Rodriguez is the next Tatis. I think he's going to be good, but those guys are... It's a diamond in the rough for a reason. Like I said, that's what they're banking on. That's what they're going to become. I said it earlier. The Rays had it set up, but their diamond in the rough ended up liking 14-year-olds. So that kind of cannonballed that situation.
I will not stand for it. There's just no way. I love the philosophy, but that is like you said, it's very tough to hit on signing a 15-year-old player.
Yeah.
Like that's why it doesn't happen every day. But you said there's no way Chris is going to be the Yankees or the Mets, the teams that are spending these like crazy Dodgers. Yeah, those are insane contracts. I don't think he'll ever be that. But can we be the Boston Red Sox? Can we be the Atlanta Braves? Can we be the Texas Rangers who literally bought a ring? I think we can. And we should not stand to lose a guy like Skubal, homegrown. I don't want to hear this. We should not stand for it. Chris will spend the money because he has to. This place will burn to the goddamn ground if not. And I think that's why you shouldn't let him off the hook with the Vlad deal either. Because you got to go out and improve your team when you have so many young prospects. You can make these types of trades the way that Dave Dombrowski did it to acquire Miguel Cabrera.
If you're asking him to sign both of those guys,
and you don't let Justin Verlander walk out of the door.
If you're asking him to sign both of those guys, you are expecting them to be the Dodgers, and you can't do that to yourself. They're not going to be the Dodgers. They already said that.
Who else are they paying?
Just two guys.
That's $50 million each.
That's not that.
That's $100 million right there.
$100 million. $200 million.
Look at the prospects we got coming up
top
too.
10.
They're already what is their salary cap right?
$200 million barely cracks the top 10. Would have last year.
That's not that bad.
That's
two guys
expecting too much. Expecting too much.
If you're gonna have all these guys on
the
young
Vlad
contracts,
part is the too much part. Like, I agree because it's
just
there's
Skubal.
a trade involved with that.
That's fine.
Like
I said, you gotta hope that Max Clark is Mike Trout, and you gotta hope that Chris Rodriguez is Alex Rodriguez.
How old is Max Clark now?
He's what, 19? They drafted him out of high school, so
he's 20.
Yeah, you got to hope that he's Mike Trout, and you got to. They did it with Colt Keith. They signed Colt Keith to a 7-year deal before he played an inning in the majors.
Doesn't hit free agency until he's like 31.
So that's what they're going to do. They did it with Colt Keith. They liked him. Hopefully, he turns out to be a multiple-time All-Star. They're probably going to do the same thing with Max Clark. Hopefully, do the same thing with Chris Rodriguez. If all those guys pan out, then they pay pitching. But that's still 2-3 years away. And Skubal's contract's going to be up by then.
Kind of got pitching right now, though. The only
you do
thing,
have pitching right now. You got great pitching right now, and you got Chris Fetter.
If you kind of want to play, and that's the other thing too, you can't. Whatever. It's not a win now situation, but I do kind of understand like this is gonna be the Dodgers era. So it does kind of make sense to like wait until you can compete because it's gonna be a long fucking time.
Yeah. Like Riley Green, I love Riley Green. He is not your best bat on a World Series team. No. Not at all. Can't happen.
He can be.
No, he can't.
No.
He's 24.
You're not going to win a World Series.
You're
not going to win a World Series.
Prospects potential.
So do you think
fucking thrilled if
Vladdy's 25?
If Max Clark turns into Riley Green,
you can be that guy that young. You can be that guy at that age,
man.
He's 24.
And Vladdy is 25. He's a 4-time All-Star, multiple Silver Sluggers,
and a Gold
Glove.
He was one of those guys that came over from the Dominican.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying.
Riley Green's Puerto Rican, isn't he?
Cuban.
No, he's from
half
Florida.
He's like half
He's from
Cuban.
Florida.
Yeah.
He's from Florida.
Yeah, but he's like half.
Yeah, but he's like half something.
Riley Green is not even close to his potential, and I think he can be a top 5 MVP type talent that can carry a lineup. I honestly see that right now. I think he'd be Kyle Tucker in a heartbeat.
So you got to pay him $40 million too.
I would pay him ASAP. I am surprised that deal is not done.
I am too, honestly.
And that's the thing. There's no salary cap. Yes, I think I would pay Riley Green whatever it takes to keep this guy before he gets to free agency. So
I love Riley Green. I love Riley Green.
Scott Boras on these dumbass deals.
Puerto Rican. Okay, yeah. I love Riley Green. I think he can be a consistent all-star for the Tigers, for sure. Do I think he's Juan Soto? No, I don't think he's Juan Soto.
Steve Wiles,
do I think he's Mike Trout? No, I don't
25.
think he's Mike Trout. I think he can still improve, but I think he is going to be relatively around. I don't see him going out and becoming a 320 and 35 home run guy.
It's relative to what he is right now. He's 24 years old.
Yeah,
like it's not this huge ceiling.
No, I agree. I don't think he's going to get much. I think he
might get stronger.
He's a very, very good player. He is an all-star for sure. Like I said, there's a difference between an all-star and a superstar. I don't think Riley Green's a superstar. The Tigers have a superstar, but he's a pitcher. They don't have a superstar bat.
Shout out to Bo right in the chat. He says, I'd go get Mark Wahlberg.
Hey, he helped the Eagles.
You got to get, Vince Papali.
Yeah.
What a random movie to make. I guess it's a kind of cool story. Like, I really didn't do shit.
Max Clark is the guy that you're hoping is your Juan Soto or your Mike Trout.
I think you guys are crazy to think that Riley Green is almost maxed out, fellas. I think that is a horrible.
No, what do you think Riley Green's? What do you think his best career year is going to be?
With your hands, how much more ceiling is there though? Is what I'm saying. Because I think it's like this.
You think he can be a 220, 35 bomb guy?
The first year he stayed healthy, he was an all-star. I'm talking about a legitimate AL MVP, Riley Green. That's how good of a player he is. That's how good of a prospect that he was. He was a top 5 pick.
But the growth is offensively. The growth.
You think he's going to be a similar player production-wise to Bobby Witt or Aaron Judge level? You think he's going to be similar to that level?
He's going to be around a Bobby Witt besides the speed.
That's crazy.
I don't think so.
That's literally what he was drafted and prospect. Like,
he was scouted on was drafted to be Barry Bonds.
I'm telling you guys right now, this is a bad take. I will be gladly. I cannot wait to
Bobby
do circles this year when Riley Green has a career year.
330 last year, Nick. You think Riley Green can do that?
330 is pretty insane. I think he can be better in certain spots, and we all know that those numbers were increased because at KC Park he was hitting like 400. There was something going on in Kansas City.
He still only missed one game last year, which I don't think Riley Green will ever have a season where he only misses one game.
I think he can be a step right below that, like I said, and I believe Riley Green at 24 years old is you are just scratching the surface with what Riley Green is.
I think Riley Green will be a all-star in this league consistently. I don't think he will ever be at the level of a Bobby Witt or an Aaron Judge or a Juan Soto. I don't.
So does that mean you don't play? You're talking about two of the best guys in the game. I'm talking about
that's
a guy
what you just said.
You said he couldn't be your top guy on a World Series team?
Yes.
I think he could be an absolute superstar. What is a 7-time All-Star? 8-time All-Star? You don't think you can win a World Series with that guy as your best player?
No.
Hold on. Time out. Are you talking top guy as like a bat or top guy as in like playing both sides? Just
both sides. Left field. Yeah.
I think
star.
For me, I think top guy. I think offense. I think the bat. I don't know that he will be that. I think that's why I think the ceiling is kind of like you're talking here. Outfield, he is what he is. Like he's a dog right now. He could win the Golden Glove next year. But I don't know how much he grows offensively. I guess he could get stronger. You do get stronger as you get older.
Like I said, I think he could
like 26, 27.
To a around 300 hitter.
Run the poll, Chris.
Maybe 30 RBI or 30 home runs a year, maybe. That would be great.
He had a 5.4 WAR last year. I think he can get up closer to 8. WAR. Well, I'm telling you, that's what all the baseball analytic people look at. Yeah. So if you don't care about WAR, that's okay. But I think he can get up to 8.
Absolutely nothing.
Say it again.
I think Riley Green's an absolute star in the making, and you are just scratching the surface with him.
What would your best season for Riley Green's career? What would your projection be?
His numbers will look different than a Bobby Witt who plays all the games at KC. That's just a fact. I mean,
I'm just asking, what would your numbers be for Riley Green in his best career year?
I would say maybe around 35 homers to 35 to 40 doubles, somewhere around there, with over 100 RBIs while playing Gold Glove left field. And I think 100% that Riley Green could be the best player in your lineup on a championship team.
I disagree.
He's 24, fellas. We have not even seen the start of Riley Green.
He had 262 last year. 82
You got to
runs
stop
scored.
looking at average, too. This is not like
All right,
the
then we'll
baseball
look at his
of
OPS.
25.
What's his OPS?
I think it was 827.
That's what you got to look at.
827.
Which is pretty
827 OPS. Vladdy Guerrero's was over 100. 100 points higher than that, and the Blue Jays weren't close to being a World Series team.
Yeah, you obviously have to put people around him.
But he's your best guy. That's your top.
Yes, I think he can be the top guy.
I don't know, man. I think if you have a super team, yeah. But you're not going to afford a super team. Like if you have 4 Riley Greens in your lineup, yeah, that would be awesome. But the Tigers aren't going to afford that, man.
I was not expecting to die on a hill to have Riley Green's back today. That I think he's a future star.
No, future star.
Future
but you're
star
saying
is
best.
different. It's
You're
different
saying
than
best
superstar.
guy on a World
You're saying
Series
MVP
team.
candidate.
That's kind of
Yes,
different.
I believe that. I 100% do. That's what he was proven to be, and you can see it in flashes.
Proven to be? How is he proven to be that?
He was projected to be, and he's 24. I honestly think you guys are crazy to think that he is almost capped out at some ceiling here.
I wouldn't say almost. I mean, it's like I said. I could see him when he really settles in being an around 300 hitter, 25 home runs a year.
Riley Green's an absolute star, and I think he has
He is,
potential
but he's not
to be
a superstar.
Well, I think he will.
That's where I'm at with it, kind of. I don't know if the ceiling is too much more than what it is right now. Where do you think it makes the jump?
Everywhere. I mean, get guys on base for this guy to do some damage. That's probably the biggest thing. Put guys in position on base. Like if Parker Meadows has a full season where he can get on base for Riley Green, I think you see the RBI numbers increase significantly. You put a guy behind him that can help back him up where pitchers can't dance around Riley Green. Yeah, I'm talking about damage being done.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to bring all these great players in to insulate Riley Green, but that's not what they're going to do. They're not going to pay all these guys. We already talked about that.
They tried to bring in Bregman to do so, and they failed. But
they tried to keep Scherzer too, but they didn't offer him enough money. That is a consistent theme with the Tigers. Like we almost got, we put it out there, but it wasn't enough. And
How do you comp that? The Scherzer Bregman thing. You think it was like, oh, or do you think that's true?
It was a different time, honestly. You were already paying Miguel, JV. I mean, how many All-Stars did we have on those teams? You know? Like, that was tough. I think we ultimately probably picked the wrong guy because I think, well, I mean, Miguel's contract at the back end, but you had to do that.
Yeah.
Like, which sucks, but sometimes you have to, put it all for right now, and then you lose it in the future, which we had to deal with the bad years of Miggy, which sucked. And we ultimately didn't get the World Series, but I thought that was on those guys choking in the World Series. Like, they had the best team.
What is the average on the 170? Was that 35 or something like that? For that deal? What was the annual average on that?
For Scherzer?
No, for Bregman that they offered.
No, it was like $40 million a year.
That we offered?
Oh, no, what we offered him?
Like 35, right?
Yeah, something like that. It was, 6 years for 170?
He's 32 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
I didn't see him jumping to 50 for someone good, but someone's good's also got to be available.
Bregman's camp gave them the contracts they countered with, and they turned both of them down. So they weren't comfortable going up over, 40. I think it was 180 for 6 years or something like that. And they said no.
I don't blame him, too. He's
that's fine. Yeah, you cannot blame him, but I don't want them getting we tried ribbon. Like, it's not tried.
I guess if
you
someone
either get
younger
the guy
comes
or you
along.
don't. And the Red Sox did what it takes to get him and to insulate their superstar Rafael Devers with a guy in the lineup.
Is Vladdy on the market? Is he?
Yeah, because the Jays probably aren't going to re-sign him for $50 million. He's asking for $450 million, dude. He's gonna be a Yankee or a Dodger. Let's go to break. We're going to come back. Maybe some mailbag. We're almost out of here. But
mailbag!
Let me tell you about Caesars Sportsbook. Caesars Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports. Make sure you tap in. Use code word Woodward1000. Your first bet up to $1,000, you get risk-free. Risk-free. That means if it doesn't hit, you get it back in bonus bets. Caesars Sportsbook, the official sportsbook of Woodward Sports.
Love Love Woodward Sports? Love wearing clothes? Then you should be wearing Woodward Sports clothes. Check out our full line of merch at woodwardsports.com. Just click on shop. We have all your favorite designs, like Dan Campbell kneecaps, Woodward golf, and of course, our own logoed out merchandise. Men, women, infants, kids all love Woodward Sports. Impress your friends. Impress your boss. Impress your dog. Buy Woodward Sports merch today.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Walk into any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men today. Open 7 days a week. Sit back, relax, and enjoy precision haircut, scalp massage, hot leather neck shave, and hot towel treatment from one of our talented stylists. Step up your game this season and take advantage of our $20 haircut special. Scan the QR code and get your coupon today. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, the ultimate haircut experience. Open 7 days a week. Walk-ins always welcome. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
Hockey fans, join Woodward Sports Network this Thursday at 8 p.m. at RJ's Pub in Rochester Hills for our live watch party of Team USA versus Canada championship game. Catch the battle of the border with great food, cold drinks, and the best hockey atmosphere around. Can't forget to thank Bitter Tom's Distillery, which offers an inventive twist on modern-day cocktails. Keep spirits high for the night, everyone. I fucked
Today,
that.
Junior.
That's because I was trying to do a dickhead voice.
Yep, that's what you get.
That is what I get.
Try to sound like a dickhead, end up looking like a dickhead.
I did.
Boom!
I did.
Face.
Can't deny that. We're definitely going to be there for tomorrow for RJ's Pub. Miss it. Sounds like Scott's be pulling up too.
The floor, she's moving the garbage can around.
Yeah, the mopping the floor is crazy.
You need to make space for mopping.
There was one thing I wanted to get to.
I'm telling you, I literally did 2 blinkers, sat down that chair, and she comes back in here and starts mopping the carpet out.
We got some stuff for tomorrow still, I guess, because we didn't really talk about the salary cap. Aiden Hutchinson talking about Myles Garrett openly wanting it to happen.
Yeah, that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I heard that was disrespectful.
Disrespectful to the players on his team. How could he and David Montgomery and other players talk about him like that?
Crazy stuff.
That was the craziest thing I've ever heard.
No, don't worry. Torres is a lot crazier.
Vlad and Bichette played in the Lansing Lugnuts together. Bring them home.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dude, Lugnuts games were hype.
I don't even know. I'm not even familiar. All right, last thing we got here. The Tigers will win the Central. Can they win the Central?
Oh, can they win the Central?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Who's got it? KC?
I think KC or Cleveland. I mean,
didn't Cleveland just lose a bunch of guys?
Cleveland and Kansas City both have a top 5 position player in the MLB. And the Tigers don't.
Oh, easy, really? That short victory lap? Me? Did I take a victory lap?
About what?
I don't know. Not sure.
I don't know. I mean, can they? Yeah, AJ Hinch with Chris Fetter, with Scooble, and yeah, maybe they're very weak from the right side of the plate. Maybe if guys like Wencel Perez and Justin Henry Malloy really turn into studs, and Matt Vierling has another amazing season, maybe they. I would not bet on it. No, I would not bet on them winning the Central. I think they're at best the second best team in the Central right now.
We're gonna mailbag. Oh, sorry.
I would not bet on them either. I think you needed to sign a righty hitter. They did not. I do expect extreme improvements from a guy like Parker Meadows that's going to be here all year.
Yeah.
You saw a guy like Colt Keith can take that next step. And obviously, you guys know I am sky high on Riley Green. So,
superstar.
Yes.
That's Aaron Judge.
Superstar. There's different levels of superstars. But,
not really.
I definitely think he can be. Do you think Kyle Tucker's a superstar?
No. I think superstar gets thrown around way too much. I don't think there
does.
I don't think there are different levels of superstars. I think there is one level of superstar. You either are or you aren't, and there's only
only
about 6 of them in the league.
Do you think Mookie
That's
Betts
the
is a
issue.
superstar?
People mix those
Mookie
up.
Betts was a superstar.
The star and superstar.
Maybe not so
mailbag.
much. Well, I don't know.
When Brad trades out of pick 28, will be up or down. It just depends who's available, in my opinion. If you have a Shamar Stewart, Mikael Williams, drop to 20 or up, below, I guess, in that situation, then yeah, you trade up and you find that fucking dog.
Christ. Mookie Betts hit 346 in 2018. 180 hits.
NBA expansion draft starts tomorrow.
Hits
you
in
only protect 6 players.
Yeah, Mookie Betts was a superstar. He's not anymore. Could be if he gets it back. Mookie Betts is one of the best athletes on the planet, dude. That guy is a freak. He's also a very talented bowler. What was Mookie's OPS last year? I know it was a down year for him, personally. His OPS last year was, 863. No, that's not a superstar. But in 2023, his OPS was 987. That's superstar.
Killian Hayes.
He had 1,
superstar,
2, 3, 4 years where his OPS was over 900. 1 year where it was over 1,000. 1 year where it was 3 points under 900. He was a superstar. He's not so much anymore.
Oh.
Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold.
Dude, I used to watch those with the 2 raccoons.
No clue what you're talking about.
No, those like children's learning tapes.
Oh, we sing that in school. I don't know. Oh. If one's silver, one's gold, who's the gold one? The old one?
The one you like more. That'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash that like button. For Easy, for Nick, for Chris, for the superstar Riley Green, I am Spencer.
You guys think
Exter.
he makes an all-star team next year?
Who?
Real quick, Riley.
Riley Green makes an all-star team next year? Yeah.
He did it last year.
He should.
Why wouldn't he?
Does that make him a superstar?
On the trajectory.
There's star and superstar.
Superstar is esteemed for the top.
Riley Green, star.
I would say top 7 players in the league.
Vladdy Guerrero, superstar.
Well, that'll do it for us today. Appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you smash the like button. We'll see you guys later. Peace.